Searching the Northwest to bring you the biggest variety in sports. Northwest Television Sports brings you the rejoicing of victory, the frustration of defeat, the drama of competition. This is Northwest Sports.
Northwest Television Sports is proud to bring you Western Oregon University sports. Coming up next.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to MacArthur Field. I'm Matt Palumbo. I'll be joined alongside by Michael Brown. The Western Oregon Wolves will be hosting Simon Fraser, a couple of 1-3 teams, but today the students are back. It's a readout. We've got great college football action coming up on KWVT. We'll be showcasing the player of the week on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball here at Western Oregon. Ty Curry and Bo Heiberger. More action to come up, kickoff coming up, but we're going to send it up to the booth and Michael Brown for brownie points.
Thanks, Matty. How's everybody doing today? Today, brownie points, we're going to think about what Western needs to do to win this game. Against Simon Fraser, a team that they should beat, a team that's undermanned, and Western coming off a win last week, it's going to allow them to feel a lot looser, a lot more easy going, and hopefully it'll lead to more victories. In the last game, they showed that limiting the mistakes, they're able to take off and beat a team. And we're going to see if they can do that again today. Let's see if the defense can control the ball like they have the last 2 weeks and get a win again against Simon Fraser. We'll be back in shortly, just about a minute for kickoff.
Stay right there, Joey. Get to you.
Simon Fraser has won the toss and elected to receive and defend this end of the field.
Wow.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm back in the booth, and this time I've got actual air in my lungs. I'm excited to be back. We were off for a couple of weeks, and a lot's happened. Western Oregon has a win. They go on the road. They post up 38 points, win 38-14. Offensive explosion from Ty Curry. Bo Heiberger and the defense doing what they've been doing through all these games. And now they get an opponent in Simon Fraser. They busted a 33-game winning streak earlier, but now they've lost 3 in a row. A young team with a new coach. It looks like it's a recipe for another big win or a big possibility for Western Oregon. I don't sense a letdown today. What are your brownie points? What are the keys to the game today, Michael?
The key is just to keep doing what they've been doing all season. The most important thing for Western Oregon is to limit the mistakes. In the games that they've lost, turnovers, penalties, bad snaps, just miscommunication, they limited that during the last game. They got a W. Against Simon Fraser, a team realistically they should beat, they have to limit the turnovers. You don't want Simon Fraser to get some confidence and stay in this game.
All 3 of the losses for Western Oregon come right here at MacArthur Field, and they are at home today. Simon Fraser has won the toss. They've elected to receive. They'll be defending the south goal here as the game goes on, but an exciting opportunity now to get 2 wins and some momentum as they'll go right back out on the road next week. But Western Oregon set now to kick it off. It'll be Adrian Saldana will take the action to the field. Saldana to kick off to Simon Fraser, coming south of the border. Saldana's kick goes all the way into the end zone, and it'll be downed. Simon Fraser will come out for their opening offensive possession at the 25-yard line. Starting on offense today for Simon Fraser, quarterback Richard Miles, running back Jason Nelson, wide receiver Ryson John. Number 15, Robert Meters will be a wide receiver, and Devin O'Hare, the other wide receiver. As the offense comes to the field, tight end Spencer McCabe, Devin Potts, Ruben Buchanan, Tyler Wood, Stephanie Tenke, and Braden Gatlin. Anchored on the defensive side of the ball, Western Oregon, number 44, Bo Heiberger, player of the week in the conference. It's an opening handoff, and positive yardage picked up for Simon Fraser as the handoff goes to Jason Nelson.
And Nelson running right off the left-hand side there, stopped for a very short gain. Already the defense trying to step up, let these linebackers start making some plays.
3 yards on first down for Simon Fraser. We've got flags in, we've got a false start.
False start. Offense, number 61.
Not what Simon Fraser wants this early in the game.
Down.
This early in the game, already having a penalty. You want to limit this on the road. Coming to America to play a game.
Coming to America. Gatland, offensive tackle, cited for the penalty. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12. It's going to be a pass. Very, very tight space to throw that in. Heiberger all over the intended target.
Yeah, the quarterback was looking at his receiver the whole entire way. Heiberger able to run in there, knock the ball away, make a play, setting up 3rd and long for Simon Fraser.
Heiberger is going to be on full attention today as his playing partner, Andrew Weber, not available for action today. 3 wide receivers and a spread offense. Great pressure coming from the defensive line. And Simon Fraser is going to be pinned deep in their own territory and forced to punt on a quick 3 and out on a sack from the interior line of Western Oregon.
Yeah, they had a lot of pressure coming up the middle. Devontae Hubbard, a redshirt freshman there to make a play. Haven't heard his name that much this year. It's the best thing about Western Oregon, a lot of playmakers. Every game it seems like there's a new person stepping up to make plays, trying to improve this Western Oregon team.
Ryan Reynolds looks like he wants to put himself right around the 45-yard line, and the Wolves might be able to strike early with great field position if they're able to field the punt cleanly. Fair catch. Anderson will take it right around the 43-yard line, and Ty Curry, his 344 yards and 4 touchdowns, 5 overall, come out onto the field, and he gets it to a plethora of receivers, spreading the wealth to at least 8 a week ago.
Yeah, he loves finding people in different matchups as the game goes along. I believe we're going to be 1 receiver short this week with Thomas Wright being out. But the connections he's made with Chris Mack, Taiwan Prince, Anthony Bradley over the last couple of games, looking to improve on that as the season goes along. See what Western can do right now.
Ty Curry might want to come out early and see if he can strike, averaging 233 yards in the air. It's an immediate handoff to Amari Land, and Land is planted 2.5 yards back in the backfield. Amari Land, the leading rusher for this Western Oregon offense.
And you see Simon Fraser ready to play on that defensive line. All of them got penetration. A loss to start the day for Western Oregon, starting their game out just like Simon Fraser did on that first drive.
At the bottom of your screen, you've got Tawan Prince, owner of a 74-yard touchdown reception 2 weeks ago. Curry will go to, no, he fakes it himself, tried to turn it upfield, and Simon Fraser's defense very prepared for the run-pass option that Western Oregon has tried to run in these first 4 games now here at MacArthur Field.
Yeah, you have Anthony Crescenzo for Simon Fraser, a safety who is up in the box, putting a little bit of pressure. They're going to want to keep an eye on Curry. He's able to run and pass the ball. They might have somebody extra staying up there to keep an eye on him.
3rd and 16, but a penalty flag is going to be on the play before there is even.
Illegal substitution. Defense. 12 players in formation. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
5 yards in the positive direction as it's an illegal substitution for Simon Fraser. It'll make it 3rd down and 11 on about the 44-yard line.
And with these 2 teams that are generally on the bottom of the GNAC, you have to limit the penalties.
Curry's going to go to the air, looking to the right side, has a man out in the flat. It does look like Amari Land. Land is able to get away from one would-be defender. He'll fall short of that first down by about 3.5 yards outside of Adrian Saldana's range. He's 4 of 6 on the season, has made all of his point-after attempts, and Ty Curry runs the offense up immediately and looking for 4 yards here on 4th down. Curry's going to pass again. He is forced out of the pocket. He's going to run on his own. He turns it up. And Ty Curry, always willing to take it on his own. Gets the necessary yardage, moves the chains. A set of fresh downs for the Wolves.
And you like what Curry did just there. He's looking down the field, doesn't see the receiver, knows he just needs about 5 yards. and uses his speed to get to the outside, gets past that first down marker. Another first down for Western Oregon, a good way to start out this day.
Curry getting better week by week, according to quarterbacks coordinator Trey Shima-Bakura. Very, very excited about the progress, and it obviously showed with 5 cumulative touchdowns for the junior quarterback. Land will get it on the pitch. He'll change direction now, looking for a block from Curry, and look at Amari Land go, keeping his feet and running. What an impressive play from the tailback.
A great play by Amari as he's running to the right. He's held up, decides to reverse field, and then you have Curry as a lead blocker, blocking down the field, and great blocks from Mack. And I believe Taiwan Prince down the field, giving him another first down. Western Oregon driving in the red zone.
Ty Curry looking to cook up a recipe for an early score here. 1st and 10, they're on the 14-yard line, knocking on the door in the red zone. Mack and Prince on the outside, and there's going to be first charge timeout to Western Oregon.
Western Oregon, they're first.
Well, Michael Brown, I mean, what a start. Obviously, we've been kind of waiting to see this happen, and obviously carrying momentum from the Humboldt State. They said they were so excited to go to that game, and it was kind of under awkward circumstances because Humboldt State's not going to have a football program, and arguably everybody in this conference says it's the best road game that there is. They were jacked up, they were hyped up, and they came out and got out to a big lead, looking to do that again today.
Yeah, really beautiful environment in Arcata. Watching that game last week, you saw that Western came out ready to go. It's what they've looked like the first 3 games when they had the homestand early this season, but weren't able to overcome the better teams maybe. But with Humboldt, now Simon Fraser, it's a chance to get a 2-game win streak, and I'd like to see this offense put it in for a touchdown here on this first drive.
Action Jackson, Nico Jackson now flanking Ty Curry on the right side in this formation. Jackson will get the handoff. He'll go right up the middle, and the ball is loose. And Nico is going to fumble the ball as he was looking to the end zone and ahead, and the drive stalls out on the fumble and recovered by Simon Fraser.
Yeah, unfortunate. There was a giant gaping hole there, and he was able to run. But one player, I did not see the player who got it, was able to rip the ball away. Brendan Lowry able to get the recovery. Again, Western Oregon needs to stop the mistakes from happening. They're limiting themselves against a team they should be probably up 7-0 in this first drive.
Our friends from Burnaby, Canada, are on their own 8-yard line with their second possession. Simon Fraser goes back to work, and they'll hand the ball off to their starting tailback, Jason Nelson.
Mobbed by the defensive line. You have everybody up the middle. Isaiah Molden. That stout wall in the middle of the defensive line able to stop Simon Fraser for a short gain.
Jason Nelson on the season has 64 attempts for about 216 yards or 3 yards a carry. Fraser going to have to throw the ball here on second down. It's underthrown, but it is caught by Miles Richardson.
And Richardson just runs a simple out. There was some soft coverage on that play. He's able to get to the first down marker, get a first down for Simon Fraser.
Ball moved out to the 19-yard line, fresh set of downs for Simon Fraser, trying to capitalize on Nico Jackson's fumble. Picked off, and it looks like it's clear sailing. Pick 6, touchdown, Wolves! And it is Dominic Aquina, number 42, the new ball hawk for this Wolves defense.
Great job by Aquina on that play. Great job. He read it the whole way, able to snag it out of the air, take it to the house. A defensive touchdown for Western Oregon. A great start by this Western Oregon defense. Once again, extra point coming. Couldn't have asked for more from this Western Oregon defense at the beginning of this game.
Saldana, a perfect 11-11 on the season, looking to add his 12th extra point. Heiberger calling out that play, and Aquina jumping the route for the pick 6. and the points will go on the board, and the Wolves enjoy a 7-0 lead as they respond by getting and creating their own turnover.
Western Oregon 7.
Simon Fraser came into this football season with the dubious distinction of losing 33 consecutive games, get a early season victory, but have dropped their previous 3 games before coming to Monmouth by a combined 72 points, or an average of 24-point losses. Trey Shimabukuro and anybody that I spoke to before this game, Michael, it was imperative that the Wolves get off to a very quick start, and you could not have got a better start, in my opinion, than to get a pick 6. That defense all year has been hungry for a play like that.
For sure. Simon Fraser, you don't want to let them get a chance to fight. You need to knock them down early and keep them down. And after that turnover, it was we were a little bit worried, but Akina making that big play.
Saldana taking what little wind might be in the upper atmosphere and planting his kick all the way through the end zone. And Simon Fraser will come back out trailing now by a touchdown.
Make sure to take a look online, look for that Saldana highlight reel he's trying to throw out to NFL scouts. Maybe spread the word.
Well, I mean, talk about it. I mean, Michael, I mean, look, I'm in the 53-man roster for 2 consecutive seasons now. What, number 16, Tyrell Williams, playing in Los Angeles for the Chargers. It's possible.
It's definitely possible.
Kevin Boss was selected. Pass is tipped up, and it could be back-to-back interceptions, and it looks like it is. Is it Wharf coming off the bottom of the pile?
Look like Wharf, 33. Great job as a defensive lineman deflects the ball. Tip drill, the ball's up in the air. Tyler Wharf able to jump up, grab that ball. Another turnover, back-to-back turnovers for Simon Fraser's offense, and great job by Western Oregon's defense. Get this momentum rolling the right way early in this game.
Miles Richardson's got to be sitting there and thinking to himself, what the heck is going on here? Why do the gray shirts seem to know everything that's going on? Well prepared the defense is today. Ty Curry, 3 wide receivers out to the right. He'll be joined by Nico Jackson again, who fumbled on the previous possession. Same play call, Michael, and he'll take it down near the 19-yard line and practically pick up a first down.
Coach decided to say, hey, we had the right play called. You do what you need to do. He's able to do it on this play, pick up a big chunk of yards. Offense back out there real quick.
Picking up right where they left off. When we were here in week 1, we saw a team probably run as quick an offense as you and I have ever seen in our entire careers as fans and as broadcasters, and it looks like the Wolves, kind of everybody's a copycat trying to use some of those principles right now to see if they can get a couple scores here.
Well, sometimes you're the opponent and you see a team doing something that works well against you. You want to try it out yourself. Didn't work on that play, but it does set up a very short 3rd down here for Western Oregon.
Big man on campus carrying the load. I see Tyler Sweet out there, number 88. Ty Curry on an absolutely drawn-up quarterback draw, but look for 88 also in the slot, Tyler Sweet.
Yeah, with all the receivers for Western Oregon, they like to run jet sweeps, into rounds, anything's possible. A lot of athletes out here. You can give them the ball anywhere on the field, they may make a play. 4 wide set now for Western Oregon on this first down.
It is first down on the 17-yard line. Wolves are in the red zone for a 2nd consecutive series. Curry checking everything out and being very deliberate before getting this play call in. Curry is going to throw, looks to his right, coming back to his left. Great decision making right now being shown by Ty Curry. He is evolving. He is checking down and he's running when it's appropriate.
Yeah, the offensive line's giving him enough time for these short passes, these very quick passes. And if he doesn't see the receiver open, he decides to take off with it. He knows he can get 4 or 5 yards most of the time on those plays. You just hope he can slide one of these times. I don't want him to get hurt.
5-yard pickup moves the ball to the 12-yard line, and Curry is in trouble. And again, the progression of him as a quarterback, realizing no one was open and maybe it was an incorrect play call, will just throw it away and give this offense a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, it did look like some miscommunication. He realized it very quickly. No harm, no foul on that one other than an incompletion, setting up a 3rd down for Western Oregon.
Reynolds and Mack, Sweet and Prince all out as receivers. Curry again looking right, coming back left. He's got pressure from the backside. He's going to get his legs set. Oh, set. Had Reynolds in the back of the end zone. He just could not corral that pass. It'll bring Saldana on the field. Ball placed on the 13-yard line. It'll be a 30-yard field goal attempt for Adrian Saldana, and the Wolves looking to go up by 10.
Yeah, unfortunate for Ty Curry on that play. He had that decision. Does he try to go for that touchdown in the back of the end zone or run for the 1st down? He decided to pass it, and it looked like a decent pass, but just incomplete.
It's a clean snap. Saldana's kick is up, and it is no good. Wide right. Saldana missing his 3rd field goal. Something to actually look at, too, Michael. We haven't had to mention it because obviously Western hasn't had to punt the ball. They have had some issues with the long snap in the snapping game this season. But again, a clean snap, a good hold. Saldana just not able to convert on the 30-yard field goal attempt.
Yeah, and as we have a battle here for the bottom of the GNAC right now, with both these teams hoping to improve as this second go-around of the season happens. All these teams get to play each other twice as the season goes along. You see mistakes from both these teams early. It's what they've done a lot of this season. Just who's going to make the least amount of mistakes to win this game today. We're going to find out as this game goes along.
Fraser back to work. It's a quick handoff. Jason Seibler, Michael, if you hadn't noticed, let me make sure I said that. Justin Cyber now is in the backfield and has taken over quarterback duties.
With a couple interceptions on back-to-back plays, they may have 2 quarterbacks that like to run. We'll find out as this game goes along.
Cyber, not Richardson. Cyber, though, throwing off his back foot, and almost it was picked off again. They're going to get a penalty on this play. Joey Ruse was the one jumping that route. Heiberger was also in the vicinity.
And you saw pressure right away from the defensive line, able to get some pressure on the quarterback. We'll wait and see what this.
Sounds like I'm hearing the referee is an ineligible player downfield. Should be on Simon Fraser.
It sounds like it's been declined.
Ineligible receiver downfield, offense number 80. The receiver was covered up on the line of scrimmage. Penalty is declined, 3rd down.
Joey Roos had great coverage on that play. I was going to be a little disappointed if they called a penalty on him.
Actually, Michael, got to do it. We're having some, little bit of a difficulty right now sometimes when we're seeing things out there. Actually, Cyber's been in the game and is responsible for both interceptions, but still out on the field in this 3rd and 11. Trailing by 10, Simon Fraser in a position that they could have this game get out of hand very early. Cyber to the outside to Richardson. Easily his best pass of the day. Richardson turns it upfield. Curtis Anderson will force him out of bounds around the 45-yard line, but that's about a 25-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Yeah, and as they have a man-to-man coverage out there, Akina covering Miles, excuse me. Again, yes, some miscommunication on that. I thought it was number 8, the receiver. Able to get down the field with that man-to-man coverage and get a 1st down.
The interior line for Western Oregon's defense has been a strong suit all season against the run and has also shown at times the ability to get pressure. Right now, it'll be 2nd down and 10 as the ball gets back to the line of scrimmage on the handoff. The Simon Fraser team in 4 games has given up 180 points, so you're going to be able to score today. Off his back foot, Seibler is kind of getting things going here. Cyber will get it out to, it looks like a tight end in number 80 for Christian Phillips.
Yeah, good job by the Simon Fraser offensive line, developing a great pocket there. He's able to sit back there, wait for his receiver cross in the middle, finds him, and it's another 1st down for Simon Fraser as they drive against this Western Oregon defense now.
Cyber now kind of calming down after those 2 interceptions on back-to-back plays, throws behind his intended target.
A lot of quick passes from Simon Fraser, trying to catch a mistake from Western Oregon Aquino was on the coverage there. Not much of a gain had it been complete either way.
Wharf in the middle of the field. Heiberger showing pressure now on the defensive end, trying to come off on the weak side. Cyber's in trouble. The ball is loose, and Western Oregon is going to have its third recovery, 2 interceptions, and now a fumble recovery, all in the first quarter. I mean, they've been hungry all season, and they are feasting right now.
Great job by Heiberger. As he comes up to blitz, he knocks the
Ruling
tackle.
on the field is a fumble, recovered by Western Oregon. First down.
Knocks the tackle back into the pocket. The quarterback has to step up. Defensive lineman knocks it up. Father time, Isaiah Molden able to jump on the ball, get another turnover for Western Oregon. Now it's time for Western Oregon to work its way down the field and get a touchdown, convert off of these turnovers that their defense is giving them.
Western Oregon not looking like a 1-3 football team right now, as Curry tucks it under, and he'll run for about 6 yards on first down. Ty Curry, not much of a start from the pocket, only 1 of 3 for 7 yards, but he's run the ball multiple times today and done it with ease.
You love Ty Curry's presence out there. As he made game day last week, if you remember, Ty Curry for president, Ty Curry for Heisman. I believe Paul Revis was out there showing his posters. It was a great job.
A little fake handoff and a nice little skinny backside route coming for Bradley. Bradley breaks one tackle. He's going to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolves! It's a 48-yard touchdown, and 40 of those yards coming yards after the catch.
Great blocks all the way down the field. I have to give a special shout out to LeJohn Enos Carter. Great block down the field. Able to spring Bradley open, and his speed takes over all the way down the field for a touchdown. Just the answer Western Oregon's offense needed right now. Help their defense know that they're doing a great job out there and give them some support, some points.
Anthony Bradley with a quick strike, and this defense has now been rewarded with 17 points off of turnovers. And statistically on the season, the extra point is good. It's 17-0. They were getting 14?
Missed field goal by Saldana last one.
He doesn't miss field goals. I apologize. 14-0.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah, I know. Adrian Saldana's going to get a field goal. It's going to be 17-0. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back for more first quarter action on KWVT. If you're just joining us, or if you decided that you needed to get a refreshing, say, cola, soda, or go pop your popcorn, you're missing out. Western Oregon and their defense have their ears pinned back today. 2 interceptions, now a fumble recovery. They've scored 14 points on that. And again, statistically, Michael, I was saying they were actually getting outscored about 2-1 defensively in these first 3 games. But right now, Tyler Wharf, Bo Heiberger, Dominic Aquina, Curtis Anderson, Joey Ruse, you name it, they're there.
Everybody's making plays is what we've seen partially as the season's gone along. But today, everybody's stepping up and making those plays. Again, after last week's win, it gives you a lot of confidence. They know they can do it now. Now they want to just see how much they can get out of this season.
It's hard to believe that basically almost 11 minutes has passed. I feel like we've been here half a day in this first quarter, and really it's been a highlight reel performance across the board on both sides of the football.
Offside, kicking team number 9. 5-yard penalty and re-kick.
I would probably have done that too. Nobody for Simon Fraser's had an opportunity to take any of Saldana's kickoffs back, so maybe they're thinking we'll pick up a few yards here if we can field it cleanly.
Are they daring Mr. Touchback?
I know, it's how it feels right now. And Saldana, I mean, funny you say about the reel. I mean, yeah, he's missed some field goals early on in this season, but he got a strong leg on kickoff, I'll tell you that.
Little Janikowski.
He's lefty though, wasn't he?
Oh,
he's funny-footed.
I just need an excuse to mention Janikowski whenever I can. So.
Is he retired?
No, he's still going.
Where?
Give me a second, I'll remember. I just watched him a couple of days ago.
They do get it about the 5-yard line. Fraser's going to try to get the ball out and see if they can improve their field position. But special teams basically comes and does and gets a great tackle And for that penalty, Simon Fraser picked up 2 yards.
And I believe Janikowski plays for that team in Seattle. I can't remember their name anymore.
No way. He plays for the Seahawks?
Yeah. In those last couple of years, his last couple of contracts.
They'll sign anybody up there.
Been playing for 20 years.
Wow. Seahawks? Yeah.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 16, 10-yard penalty, first down, Simon Fraser.
Just in case anybody's wondering, I forgot their name. Being a Rams fan, it's really easy to forget the Seahawks.
Anthony Crescenzo holding for Simon Fraser, backs them up now inside their own 20, actually all the way to the 10-yard line. Justin Cyber struggling this afternoon, comes out with a quick throw, and now they're going for big-time trick play, and some poor tackling has let Richardson loose, and he picks up 11 yards. Mike, that looked like a safety when the play started.
Yeah, it's a backwards pass right away, so you see it's probably going to be a pass. But as the whole defense was working his way, he's able to
It's actually a very athletic play, to be honest.
Great play, really great play. It looked like another bad play for Simon Fraser, but they were able to get positive yards out of it.
Anderson was on that route from the get-go, and he was looking to go straight to the end zone, but he'll follow through with the tackle for a short gain for Simon Fraser on the completion.
And Nate says something up for later, but with the receivers not having as much speed, the defensive backs were able to break on the routes a little bit quicker.
Pressure now being shown.
Do it on that last play.
Again, the defensive line of Western Oregon just cannot be moved.
And yeah, Jake Blackburn in the backfield there trying to make a play. Able to get out of his grasp, but only gaining about 3 yards for Simon Fraser, setting up this third down.
3rd and 7. Cyber really hasn't shown any ability that he's going to run the ball, so he's going to look for a quick pass, probably near the stakes, to see if he can get the 7 yards. A little loft pass, and he does get it away. Almost stopped short, but Simon Fraser will get some more breathing room as Cyber is calm in the pocket and delivering a complete pass.
As Western sends some pressure on that play, they let the running back drift out of the backfield, able to catch the ball about 4 yards in the field, break a tackle and get a first down on that play for Simon Fraser.
It'll bring the ball out to the 34-yard line. Just around 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter in a game that has been dominated by Western Oregon so far. And it's going to be a 4th turnover. Curtis Anderson, basically playing receiver, leaps in midair, and it will be Cyber's 3rd interception in the first quarter. I mean, it's almost like they know what Simon Fraser is going to be running before the play even gets started.
As Nate Proctor, the outside linebacker, able to get some pressure on the quarterback, and he throws it up. Curtis Anderson, one of the best athletes on the team, making a great play, giving Western Oregon the ball back at midfield once again. 4th turnover. Western Oregon's defense is on so far today.
Absolutely, 100%. Ennis Carter is at the bottom of your screen, earning some playing time after that big block, and I figured Curry was going to go deep. But he'll return the ball and the favor as it is an interception from Simon Fraser, and they've got room to run, and they're looking to take momentum back. It is Shea Cartson's defensive back, kind of staying in center field and reading Ty Curry's eyes and getting the interception.
Yeah, Ty Curry was looking the receiver down the whole way on that one. Simon Fraser's defense able to step up and make a play.
Curtis Anderson, number 3, gets to put his helmet back on. I think he was looking for a breather. He's not getting one.
It's only 14-0 right now. Simon Fraser sticking in this game. When Western Oregon should be up by at least 3 touchdowns, you got to give it to Simon Fraser, traveling down here from Burnaby, Canada, but still fighting. They don't want to get beat.
After the interception and during the return, personal foul, passing team, number 14. 15-yard penalty, first down, Simon Fraser.
Ty Curry not really happy about the interception. Must have got slightly frisky and is assessed with a 15-yard penalty. And Simon Fraser has got great field position. Again, talking with the coaching staff before the game, Michael, they were talking about this Simon Fraser team playing Central Washington being a 28-10 game midway through the third, and they said these guys are going to fight for 60 minutes, and they're showing it right now.
Yeah, that against the class of the GNAC, able to stay in the game with them.
Not surprisingly, Cyber's going to hand the ball off because he's found a way to kind of give the ball away pretty easily today. And again, maybe that he'll calm down if they can pick up a few yards from the rushing game and then get in a position to be comfortable and get some rhythm back in the passing game.
For sure. It's just tough against this defensive line for Western Oregon, who's been really strong so far today. No open lanes for the running backs, setting up a 2nd and long.
Cyber shows some arm strength. He's lacking a little bit of accuracy right now, and that's obviously costing them the interceptions.
Yeah, as he's throwing that one, they had a little bit of a route to the outside, but the ball was thrown far too outside for the receiver behind him. Reaches back, not able to catch the ball, setting up a 3rd and long for Simon Fraser to see if they have something to go against this good defense.
Cyber's been fairly accurate on the season, collecting nearly 61% of his completions, now off his back foot, and he's going to throw his 4th interception. Michael, I mean, it's tough to watch a player struggle really hard, but I think he's kind of mostly doing it to himself. He's throwing off his back foot a lot. If he can clean up his fundamentals, they'll take care of the football later on in this game.
And you'd love to see that happen, but unfortunately for Simon Fraser, the defensive line from Western Oregon.
Prior to the interception, holding offense number 70, the penalties decline. 1st down, Western Oregon.
Yeah, the Western Oregon defensive line getting so much pressure. The linebackers that are blitzing getting so much pressure. It's not giving the quarterback enough time to sit back there and find somebody. He's having to throw it a little bit sooner than he wants. And these defensive backs taking advantage of him getting these interceptions.
Trying to track the play there, Michael. I know we've been lacking a little bit of the replay that we need right now. It looked like it was Joey Sinclair, number 16, with the pick. That's what I saw.
We could try to keep an eye on the sideline, see who everybody's giving a high five to. But
no, we'll get in there. We'll use some stats. We'll find it. But I'm pretty sure it was Sinclair on the interception.
But great coverage.
Great coverage again, yeah. Again, they're on the routes. They seem to be kind of one step ahead of the receiving core for Simon Fraser as Curry hands it off on 1st down for a minimal gain.
Yeah, Amari trying to find a hole up the middle. Nothing there. Great job by the Simon Fraser D. You got to give them a lot of credit right now. They're staying in this game. It's kind of like how Western Oregon was those first few games where the defense is keeping them in the game. The offense continues to make penalties, turnovers, mistakes. Just eventually it wears that defense down. We're waiting for Western Oregon to get another spark and get a big play.
Just over a minute left, and Land will get off that left side using the stiff arm. He's extended kind of in an east-west direction. And I got to tell you, Michael, I really like Simon Fraser's attitude. I mean, when they went after him, it wasn't just to tackle him. It was to strip the football. They want to get Cyber and that offense back on the field. They feel like there's things that they can do if that defense can keep it a couple-score game. They've taken that really big first hit and taken the standing A count.
They have, and it's Western's mistakes that's kept them in the game. See what they'll do here on third.
Curry at 3rd and 7 seems to be kind of par for the course for this offense. Curry now getting some time. Backside pursuit coming. He's going to have to run, but I don't think he's going to have enough legs to get himself down to that 1st down marker. And for the first time today, Western Oregon will have to punt the ball away, and they will bring out Nate Osborne if he is healthy. I know a couple weeks ago we saw Osborne suffer a leg injury due to a poor high snap, and I don't see him out there. In fact, he is still hurt. It will be Andrew Gross, who came in that game a couple of weeks ago. Not sure who the long snapper is, but that's something we need to watch here as well.
And I saw them working in the pregame quite a bit.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Oh, end of the first quarter.
Time expires in the first quarter. It was explosive. 4 turnovers caused by the Western Oregon defense. They're leading 14-0. Second half action coming up on KWVT Channel 17. Coming up, but out on the field, they are definitely paying tribute to someone of significance today. I'm not certain exactly who it is today, but taking into account what I think it is about, it's the 11th annual Coach to Cure MD, kicks off on September 29th for the 11th consecutive year. Football coaches nationwide will wear patches in support to Coach Cure for MD during games. The annual efforts have raised nearly $2 million in the battle of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. I grew up with my dad very much every single Labor Day weekend watching Jerry Lewis and Ed McMahon on the muscular dystrophy telethon. I have supported that cause year in and year out. So good for Western Oregon and their cause today to help get attention on Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It is 4th down and 3. Punting the ball away is Gross. Gross is a left footer. Kind of an end-over-end kick, and there wasn't much on it, Michael. And Simon Fraser, again, dodging bullets, will get the ball at the 40-yard line and have a chance to cut this down to a one-score game.
Yeah, after that first quarter, Western Oregon, again, their defense dominating, causing 4 turnovers, playing well. The offense not able to convert that into points. Saldana missed a field goal. Curry with an interception. It looks like they should be able to do this as the game's going along, but all Simon Fraser needs is a score. If you remember a game, I believe last week, Stanford against Oregon.
Oh.
Oregon was up the whole entire time, but once they got that first score, it changed the game. You never know what happens after that point.
You just alienated a lot of people, Michael Brown.
I like to do that. I may have done that on purpose.
Sorry, Duck fans. It was not one of your better moments there in those final 60 seconds. I'm sure that they will learn from it and improve as the season goes on. I know that I'll tell you, Justin Cyber definitely has got to be a little bit perplexed about how he's going to do better here. 4 interceptions, and he goes right back to action. And again, throwing into double coverage. And it looked like Joey Ruse and Parnell were there to break up the play.
Yeah, great job by them, just reading the quarterback. There's only 3 receivers going out into these routes. They have to keep some guys back for more protection to let Sieber get a chance to pass the ball down the field. This time he was getting rushed again, had to throw it probably a little quicker than he wanted to. Great job by the D, 3rd down.
It's 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 to be exact. Heiberger calling out the position from his position at linebacker. Pressure coming from Akina, the ball is loose, and Western Oregon has a chance to pick it up, and they might be scoring 6 points. It's going to be a 41-yard fumble recovery, touchdown, Wolves!
And if the offense can't score, let's let the defense do it. As you see Akina coming up and making that great hit. I believe it was Akina.
It was Akina, absolutely.
And
Proctor gets the fumble recovery, rumbling, dumbling, and stumbling all the way in for 6 points.
And I like Proctor. He timed that ball, that recovery. He didn't jump on it. He didn't just try to get the ball back. He was trying to watch that bounce. He picked it up on the hop and then took it to the house. Another score for the defense. Great job by Western Oregon in this first half. Great job.
Saldana looking to keep his point after attempts intact. He's still perfect on the season, and it is now 21-0 Western Oregon, and they are on cruise control. This defense swarming and causing all sorts of problems, wreaking havoc to the tune of 5 first-half turnovers.
Yeah, a lot of pressure from the backside on that. Akina had a free shot, and from where we're standing, you could see him just go right to that quarterback, hoping that the quarterback doesn't get hurt on a play like that, but hoping for a turnover if you're a Western Oregon fan. Everything happens the way it did. Touchdown for Western Oregon.
We got the best crew in the business. I know you got great shots of everything out there, but right now when you look at the sideline here on Western Oregon, you can genuinely see a team that is starting to believe in what they've been doing. They really, really caused their own problems weeks 1 through 3 here at MacArthur Field, but they have home cooking going today, and they look like they're going to get that first victory. It's still a lot of game to go, but the defensive side of the ball, it seems like it is their game.
Yeah, it's great. We had the first game with the students back. Pretty packed house here. Everybody's having a good time. A lot of support for the team today, and they're playing well with that support. It's a fun day out here at MacArthur Field.
First time for Adrian Saldana to have to kick in the southerly direction. Don't know if that's going to affect the big leg of the place kicker here. Saldana, high kick. It's actually going to be a short kick, and it'll be cleanly caught by Simon Fraser, running right up the middle. Looks like it was Jaron Bailey, and Bailey gets the ball out to the 39-yard line. And again, Simon Fraser's got to tote this offense back on the field, and they're not just struggling. I mean, they're giving the ball away right now.
We saw in those first couple of drives, they throw in a couple of runs just to keep the defense honest, but as they've just started going to this pass on these last couple of drives, the defensive line just getting ready with their pass rush moves, blitzing some extra linebackers or DBs. Simon Fraser hasn't had any answers, and for them, it's causing turnovers.
Went with the run-pass option, and again, 4 or 5 gray shirts around the football, and they're not just going for the player. They're going for the football.
Yeah, they haven't won a game yet here at MacArthur Field, and they're taking out all their frustrations from those 3 losses out on this Simon Fraser team right now.
Cyber, again, does not get a very clean handoff. It will be a large loss of yardage. It'll bring up 3rd and long, and I have to think there's trepidation now from our folks from up north about whether they want to put this ball in the air.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think some screen plays, a draw, something to just keep the defense back a little bit. Great job by Proctor on that last play, getting in the backfield, trying to cause a turnover again. 3rd down for Western.
Here comes the kitchen sink as they have a gang blitz, and there it is. Michael Brown with a astute call from his vantage point, a design screen that will give them a few yards, but they will have to punt this ball away.
And even on a play like that, they call a screen. It still didn't have enough time to set up as the offensive linemen are working their way out to the flat there. The backside pressure was just too quick, and the quarterback had to get rid of the ball before the blockers could set up. Running back does get a positive gain, but it's 4th down for Simon Fraser. Now we get to play the game of whether or not Western Oregon's offense can make something positive happen, as they have not been able to the last few drives.
Looks like Spencer McCabe is going to be back punting. Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds back on his 30, and now it's a block punt, and it looks like it's going to be recovered by Western Oregon, and going to the end zone for another defensive touchdown. Jalen Parnell, 27-0 Wolves. Wow. I mean, this is a clinic.
Yeah, you gotta. Coaches must have known some things were going to happen on these special teams. They've come forward a couple of times. This time, getting the block, taking it back to the house, and the defense is saying, hey, if the offense isn't going to score for us, we'll take care of it ourselves.
I don't even know if they need to yard out that offense right now. And it's not because it's anemic and it can't do things. They're not going to have to do anything.
And it's great. I'm hoping for down the season, as the season goes along, the offense is a little bit smoother. The one thing about this game in particular, as Simon Fraser coming with a winless record against Division II teams.
We're going to step away, but it is a 4-touchdown lead for Western Oregon. All more action coming up here on KWVT Channel 17. Well, it's going to be a strange comparison, Michael, but you know I'm kind of a golf nut. In 1997, it was a red shirt, and it was a Tiger Woods, and it was a rout at Augusta National, and they called it a virtuoso performance. It's a red out here at Western Oregon at MacArthur Field today, and this defense is putting on a virtuoso performance.
You got to love what they're doing. Everybody is making plays, and you've seen it building up as the season goes along.
Well, Saldana did not like not having it touchback, so it's Mr. Touchback again. They'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. And I tell you, Mike, we were saying it right there in the break. You know, we don't want to get too hypercritical right now of what's going on with Simon Fraser, but they're not just rattled right now. They look confused and they look a little bit lost because, honestly, every time they come to the line of scrimmage, you see Bo Heiberger, you see Tyler Wharf, you see Proctor, and you just know that the heat is coming.
For sure. And without Weber today even, you know, they're coming with pressure. The defensive line's doing what they have to do, allowing these linebackers to come up and make plays. And now, again, maybe they can figure it out here on this drive, Simon Fraser's offense.
Cyber goes to the air. He's hit from the backside, throws it, and I got to give Cyber a lot of credit. He did not get happy feet. He plants it, gets the ball to Richardson, and moves the chains.
Yeah, this play takes some time to develop, as you have the tight end going out to the flat, hoping the safety will come up to meet him, and then you have the receiver coming over the middle. With that time, he's able to get the ball down the middle for a first down.
Back-to-back completions. Cyber goes out into the flat, and he hits his target, number 17, Devin O'Hay.
And Devin O'Hay trying to make a play, and then he looks up and sees Bo Heiberger coming his way. But Bo Heiberger with a solid tackle there, holding it to a short gain on first down, now it's second down and 9.
A yard. It'll be second down and 9 on the 41-yard line. Heiberger is a high-octane, east to west, north-south. Great linebacker. Pressure being shown again. And a great play call there from Simon Fraser, handing the ball off to Jason Nelson and picking up 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, the blitzer's missed. He finds the right hole, runs up the middle. Nobody there on that second level able to get about an 8-yard gain, 8-yard gain.
I don't know, man. The referees did not give him a very kind spot.
Yeah,
they had ball back up about a yard and a half. Yeah, I was like, okay. Almost at midfield, 3rd and 3. Simon Fraser just trying to get a little bit of momentum, and it is Heiberger. That's the GNAC Defensive Player of the Week, and it's going to be hard not to keep him out of the conversation probably for the Defensive Player of the Year in this conference.
And the interesting part about today's game, with all the turnovers being caused, everybody might have to pick a name out of a hat to decide who the GNAC player, you know, we don't know what's happening in the other games, obviously, but everybody on this defense is playing great right now.
4th down and 5, and it is Wharf tipped it and almost tipped it to himself and was going to be gone. It'll be a turnover on downs, and we, again, in break, we're talking about this. We actually now get to talk about Western Oregon's offense. They've seen very little of this football field, and for good reason today. But as the season goes on, Michael Brown, you make a very strong point. You want to see improvement, progression, and every aspect of the game, and now Ty Curry needs to lead this offense down the field.
And I think the biggest improvement would be consistency. Just consistency. There's playmakers all over the place. Can they get consistent drives without having a turnover, having a penalty to stall the drive, a fumbled snap, anything like that, especially with the next few games coming up?
Curry's going straight to the air, and he's looking for something big. Lofts it over the top. Very well covered, looking to get the ball. Best I can tell, if we can get a clean view. Was it Mr. Reynolds?
I believe so. He was trying to get the ball down the middle.
No, it was not.
Chris Mack is a number 8. I apologize. I couldn't see it there.
Or was it Marcus Sampson? It looked like a number 5.
Oh, you're right.
I got Marcus. And Sampson hasn't been out there much today, but that's good to see other players getting opportunities.
Yeah, he had his first 2 catches last week against Humboldt.
Michael Brown on the crack staff of research. It's first down yardage, and that ball does go out to Prince for a 13-yard pickup. And what I'm liking out of Curry is he's turning his shoulders upfield much better, getting a lot of zing on his pass. First down, Western Oregon, and they are now in territory to strike again.
Oh, when he feels confident and looks confident, the plays work really well. It's just when he's running around the pocket, that's when it gets
Curry's
a little bit
in
more
trouble
scary.
here, and now he'll get up there again, and he throws an interception. And again, what a bizarre game, really, for both offenses. Simon Fraser and Shea Karstens gets his 2nd interception of the day on Ty Curry. Curry really has, again, there's great things that you see in him, but sometimes he gets a little ahead of himself and rushes it.
Yeah, he wants to make plays, and he has that very quick decision to make. Do I run or do I try to get a pass play out of it? A couple of times this season, he's been running out of the pocket, throws a pass, and there's been touchdowns. Unfortunately, there's also been many interceptions in those same situations. And again, credit to Simon Fraser's defense, keeping him in this game, even though the offense has had so many turnovers.
Cyber's going to go out to the flat. Well covered. Heiberger will come down and make the tackle. Ethan Basselt will get the reception, but not much of a gain. 2 yards on the play.
Heiberger time. He's reading the plays well. Quite a few tackles in the last few plays for Simon Fraser. Receiver almost got left out to dry on that one, having to throw the ball up in the air like that. Looks like second down and
about 8 yards. Look like they're going to place it on the 33-yard line. Cyber does have the arm strength now, just needs to find open receivers and get rid of the ball a little cleaner. Pressure coming again from the interior line. Checks it down, and that is an impressive play. Ethan Basalt gets a back-to-back receptions on the play. Cyber able to just stay poised there and get the ball away at the last second.
Yeah, you like that as he sits there waiting. The quarterback sees him open. Knew he was about to get tagged, but still stay there strong. Get the ball out for a decent chance at a first down here. But we'll see if they can get past this Western defensive line.
Long yard to go here on 3rd and 1. Cyber on the quick little out.
As the coach outsmarts me, he doesn't worry about that defensive line and throws a quick pass. And you see Simon Fraser starting to get some momentum themselves.
Looking towards halftime here in about 8 minutes. Eliza Sleezer will be joining me in the booth. She is a student and a resident hall advisor here at Western Oregon. We'll be interviewing her at halftime.
That's the play I was expecting on the last one.
You just won playoff. Some people call you a day late and a dollar short. You're just a playoff.
Or I can see the future. Either way, maybe my signals got mixed up there. But again, you like the defense. They've been out here a lot, and they've been out here a lot, and they've been running down the field a lot with big defensive plays and scores. So you wonder if they're starting to get tired, but in a good way.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 70. 15-yard penalty, second down.
And with the frustration Simon Fraser's going through right now, a really bad time for this this penalty, setting up them in a really, really bad spot.
It's tough right now, tough sledding for their running game. They're negative 11 yards for the game, Michael, so it is on Cyber to get this ball down the field, and he's obviously had his own struggles with 4 interceptions. Plants his foot, and I am telling you, that was somewhere between one of the greatest plays you were ever going to see or one of the most dangerous plays you were ever going to see.
Yeah, very close to a early hit on their pass interference. Could have gone either way on that call.
Penalty flag is now in the backfield, Michael.
Yes, I see that now. And it looks like
personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 65, late hit to the quarterback. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Didn't quite get a play on that, but obviously all day, Michael, it has been pressure, and more pressure coming from Western Oregon.
They got a timeout on the field here. I think everybody needs to regroup a little bit.
Western Oregon, their second.
A lot of crazy plays in this game, a lot of action. A lot of sloppiness, but a lot of great action as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost, in a sense, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I know it's a Division II, college football game, but it's almost like a pickup game in some respects because there has been just so many kind of explosive plays, most of them obviously coming on the defensive side of the ball. But seeing some of the receivers here today, obviously at Western Oregon, they've got a bevy of talent out there. Anthony Bradley getting that catch early in the first quarter and taking it all the way to the end zone, 48 yards.
Oh, you love any of these receivers for Western Oregon. If they get a little bit of space and a chance to make a move on, and if they beat that first guy, it's been some great plays so far this season. Bradley Mack, Tawan Prince, Thomas Wright when he's healthy. It's fun to watch. They just haven't been connecting as well today, but it's been a highlight reel for the defense.
It's been a fun day out there. I just saw Curtis Anderson kind of dancing to the music as it's a quick handoff from Simon Fraser. They'll pick up about 3 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and long. This is a tough thing to kind of coach your team right now. They haven't had a lot of good things happen, but for 2 weeks now going, for 38-0 down at Humboldt against the Lumberjacks a week ago, and now jumping out to a 28-0 lead. I'm sure you feel great, but you've got to finish this game strong. Cyber is going to be forced to pass. He'll plant again, and it is a nice reception. Ball does come out at the end, and Simon Fraser very, 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 very lucky to get that. Miles Richardson catches it on the run, puts it on the ground, and recovers it.
Yeah, kind of a mix-up there as 2 receivers are in the same area, but they were able to get the completion and a first down for Simon Fraser, their first big drive really of the game so far.
Missed the play there, Michael. It looks like they were able to hand the ball off to Nelson.
Yeah, hand it off to Nelson. As he's running up the middle, Heiberger gets the catch. Everybody's trying to strip the ball, allowing him to get a few more yards out of that, making it a pretty decent play on that first down for Simon Fraser, setting up a 2nd and about 3.
Correct, you are.
Not always so sure about that when I say those things.
Cyber will have trips wide receivers out to his right. Single coverage with Aquina on the bottom of the screen. And Cyber is looking to throw. Comes underneath. And Mike, I will tell you, if Curtis Anderson does not look at the receiver and looks at the ball, he'd still be running all the way to the border.
Good route by that receiver as he just jumps out there, stops for 2 yards, and gets that first down. But for sure, Curtis Anderson would be celebrating the end zone right now.
Ethan Basalt with his 3rd reception here in the 2nd quarter. 5.5 minutes remaining in a one-sided affair. Western Oregon leading by 4 touchdowns. And again, Anderson very much knowing what plays are coming, knowing the route wheel probably better than right now the Simon Fraser receivers do.
I'm going to make a guess here and say number 3, 3rd time is a charm. If they try to run the same play on this play, he will get the interception. Going out on a limb here.
Going on a huge limb. I mean, and by the way, you have to avoid the guy to the right of him. Dominic Aquina has already got a pick 6 today, and he's already shown in the last few weeks at home that he really is one of the best defensive players on this team. Great catch. Cyber kind of back shoulders that throw, Michael, and I'll tell you, his receiver, literally, Miles Richardson he put his hands, he must have the super stick him on.
Yeah, Miles Richardson goes out there. That was a fantastic catch. They still don't give him the yards for the first down, though, so we're going to look at a 3rd and short.
I think that's
Simon Fraser.
I think that's his 6th reception here of the first half. Richardson, a real spark plug on this offense. And Mike, I haven't even talked about it. I mean, my goodness, they're inside the 10-yard line. They got a first down, and they're looking to score.
Yeah, they're driving against this defense. A lot of defenders looking a little bit more tired at this point. Like I said, they've been running up and down the field, scoring touchdowns. It's not like a normal game where they're just out there because the offense is creating a lot of problems for the defense. This time, just tired from being out there the whole game.
That can happen, too. Nice little fade pattern out to Richardson. Signal goes up. Touchdown. Simon Fraser on the board. Cyber to Richardson on the score.
Looks like they found a connection that's working for them right now. They're going to keep going into it till Western Oregon stops. They've made some adjustments on that drive. Not even close to as much pressure from the Western Oregon D as most of this first half.
Well, a 4-to-1 ratio, Michael, from interception to touchdown, but Cyber able to get Simon Fraser on the board with the Richardson touchdown. And the extra point is blocked. Aquina has the ball, and Aquina only has the kicker to beat. And if he gets to the end zone, will that be a 2-point score for Dominic Aquina? If it was Dominic Aquina, the score would be 8-6. Aquina over Simon Fraser. Dominic Aquina I don't think you're going to have to worry who the defensive player of the week is going to be in the conference. I think it's going to be number 42.
Great job across the defensive middle there, getting some pressure. And Aquina with the speed. It was just him and the kicker at that point. That's a lot of running for two points.
I mean, I ain't telling you. I think I've been watching football somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 years. I don't know if I've ever seen an offense and special teams have a day like this today. I mean, the offense is a moot point.
Yeah, you're just hoping that they don't cause any, when they're out there, you just hope they don't give Simon Fraser good field position with the bad offense they've had for a few drives today. But when the defense gets out there, they're the ones making the points. You're right, it never happens. Not like this. I mean, this is like something from a video game or something. It's
just
bizarre.
wild. It's definitely an anomaly. It's just something I know you don't see very often.
It's bizarre.
Simon Fraser, after the blocked point after attempt and the Aquina 2-point conversion on the 90-plus yard run back. Western Oregon set to receive the ball. Curtis Anderson back deep has been looking for an interception all day. If he catches this one and he gets any sort of room, I know he wants to get in on this party. Low line drive. Curtis has it. He's out to the 20. He's looking out to the left, looking for a blocker. He'll get the ball near the 30-yard line. Unbelievable. Michael, I'm going to just go through this really quickly. I'm going to do this with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 possessions for Simon Fraser. Punt, interception, interception, fumble, interception, interception, fumble, punt, downs, and a touchdown. I mean, that again, it's like golf. It's like they haven't had a par yet. Bogeys and birdies, double bogeys, eagles. I mean,
defensive dominance today. Even with giving up that last touchdown, you just hope they can keep it up.
Curry in the offense, 4:31 on the clock. Omari Land will get a handoff, and he hasn't had to do much of anything today. He's had a couple of very nice plays. Obviously, one play where he was able to reverse field and actually get a block from his quarterback, Ty Curry.
Ty Curry and the receivers down the field. You're hoping they can get another big play like that soon. As they're calling in the play right now.
4 yards on the pickup for Land. Land has carried the ball for 21 yards on 5 attempts. Land was met in the backfield, made one player miss. He'll lose a couple yards, and this offense, which has not had a lot of time on the field, finds itself in the unenviable position of third.
Official timeout for injury.
Got a timeout on the field as someone for Simon Fraser is hurt.
Greg Lopez getting into the backfield there, almost making a tackle for a loss.
We're going to step away. We'll find out more about the injury and have the conclusion of the second quarter here on KWVT, Channel 17. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's 30-6. Ty Curry was literally going to be tackled. Then he gets the ball away. Big first down pickup and moves the ball into Simon Fraser territory.
Yeah, nice job by Ty Curry getting pushed out of the pocket, running into the outside, finds LaJohn Enos Carter.
You like calling this kid's name. He's got the big block, and now he's got a couple of receptions, really earning some playing time today.
Yeah, freshman out there making great plays.
Oh, here's a new wrinkle, Michael Brown. Ty Curry on a sweep toss going out. I haven't seen that all year. Anthony Bradley, very interesting play. They're trying to really, really exploit the speed that they have on the outside.
And Bradley just ran about 50 yards for 5 yards, but it was a great job. You see how elusive he is, how agile he is, trying to make a play. You want to get a guy with some speed the ball sometimes, and not always throwing it down the field to get him a play. Sometimes it's handing it off or doing a pitch or a sweep.
I am going to personally apologize to number 88, Tyler Sweet. You are the big man on campus. I hope you get in the game today and get a catch. And they're going to go right back to it. Now a little trickeration from Arn Ferguson, and they're going for pay dirt. What a play. Anthony Bradley gets the toss, and tosses it himself down to Chris Mack and puts the ball down at the 5-yard line.
Great job there. As they set it up on that last play, you see the motion, you see the pitch motion. It looks like he's going to do something with it this time. He throws the ball down the field, a little bit underthrown, but great job down the field. Setting up another interesting formation.
I will tell you something right now. I mean, this is a tough thing to watch. Marcus Sampson, literally, I mean, they juked out everybody.
I couldn't see what happened myself. It looked like the fumble Ruski for a second there.
It basically was something to that effect. And I will say this to you, when you know you have somebody down and you have to finish them, I mean, that might just have said, we're done.
Oh, I remember coaches, you got to think of it as an alley fight sometimes. You know, you want to be nice sometimes, but you can't let him get back up. You have to knock him back down. And that's what that drive showed. You know, they're pulling out some things to get a spark for the offense.
Adrian Saldana now perfect on the season on his point after attempts. I mean, a little bit of everything, and you're right, it does have almost the feeling of a simulation. I mean, it really does. I mean, there's things that you've seen here that just, they're befuddling.
There's a glitch in the game sometimes, and the mascot will walk on the field, so if that happens, then we'll talk about that a little bit more.
I mean, really impressive. After the first 3 games here, weeks 1 through 3, I mean, it was tough, Michael. I mean, I knew you were talking about it. It's youth. Youth will be served, and the only way, obviously, to learn is through your mistakes. And they were able to go out on the road last week, and they were able to just really get right, obviously, on the offensive side of the ball. And it's carried over to the defense this week and to the special teams. In fact, it's just carried over to the entire team. It's been infectious.
It's fantastic today. Got a lot of people here. They're having a great time. The team is obviously having a great time. You got the offense involved. Finally, you know, on a consistent drive. There are 3 plays for a touchdown. Now you have to see if Western Oregon can finish off the half here. Not give Simon Fraser any more hope.
Obviously, a year ago, I know Simon Fraser remembers the Wolves coming north of the border. As Fraser takes the ball from deep in the end zone, running it out. Saldana's kick into the end zone once again. I believe the score was 82-21.
Yeah, their biggest win of the season for sure last year, Western Oregon.
You know, it was a tough season, 3-8, but I mean, it's very rare you get an opportunity to rack up that number of points. And they're kind of on that pace today. It'll be interesting to see how the coaching staff chooses to use the number 1s and number 2s this afternoon as we head into the second half. Outside our booth right now, Eliza Sleezer, like I said, she'll be joining us for a interview about campus life. Students are back finally. The red out today, everybody. First 300 students receiving 300 red shirts to make it a red out here. Simon Fraser now in trouble again. Quarterback under duress, gets the ball away, and Cyber's able to get the completion.
We got another injury on the field. Western Oregon lucky on that play. They call it a great
Officials timeout for injury.
Great play on there with a screen pass, especially against all the pressure that Western is showing. Able to get a positive gain on it, but the Western DB's able to come up, stop it before it becomes a first down or a bigger play.
For all the support that you need here at Western Oregon, don't forget about the Drive for 325. Western Oregon Athletic invites you to join the Drive for 325 in honor of 325 student athletes that compete for Western Oregon each year. The Drive for 325 is geared to have 325 donors join the Wolves Club. That is 1 donor for every student athlete and raise $325,000 from July 1st until July 30th of 2019. By joining at any giving levels of the Wolves Club, either to the annual fund or to the programs of your choice, your gift on the road to 325 will impact Wolves students, athletes. By joining the Wolves Club, you can go to Wolves or wolves.com/drive for 325. Back to action, 2nd down and 4. Cyber in trouble again. and it is going to be Proctor and a gaggle of Western Oregon defensive players putting the quarterback down.
Yeah, Proctor getting back there quick, and you see he's going for the ball. He's trying to strip it away.
Timeout. Simon Fraser, they're first.
I mean, this has really got to be one of those things. I mean, you don't get to go to the dry erase board if you're Simon Fraser and go, hey, we need to try something new. I mean, they're going to want to come out in the second half, and I think they're going to just want to do the basics the best that they can, because unfortunately what they've done today is really put themselves in the position that they cannot probably compete in this game if they maintain the way that they're playing.
Western's taking advantage of their athletes. A lot of speed, especially from linebackers. And again, with that defensive line being able to hold up the offensive line, there's only 2 guys left to block the rest of the defense. So if they send 4 guys, the speed of Proctor, the speed of Anderson, the speed of Heiberger, Worf, everybody able to get to the backfield, not giving the quarterback any time to throw. And on a play like that where he runs backwards, a huge loss, setting up third and very long for Simon Fraser.
Dangerous, dangerous territory for Simon Fraser. Cyber goes deep, and he's got a man covered, almost a one-handed catch. And I can tell you right there, very close to a pass interference as the defensive back never turns around to look for that ball.
Yeah, there was very D's-like on that, a 50-yard pass in the air, but unfortunately the receiver wasn't able to complete that pass, and it's going to set up a 4th down for Simon Fraser, giving Western Oregon a chance to score again before the end of the first half.
Always a difficult situation to have to punt from your own end zone. That's what faces Simon Fraser as Ryan Reynolds looks to collect himself at the 45-yard line and collect the ball already in Simon Fraser territory, but a booming kick. And Reynolds is going to do the old Paul Revis here, field it and see if he can make something. Reynolds is a quick and decisive runner, and funny enough, he actually gets the ball back to where he was originally standing.
Great job by Reynolds making a couple of guys miss. You always hope once he can get past that first layer, he can use his speed and quickness, puts his head down right at the end, gets a hit in for himself. Got about 48 yards for a touchdown, about 25 to get in Saldano's field goal range. With 50 seconds left in this first half. Great punt by Simon Fraser there, though.
Nico Jackson in the backfield. They throw the screen out to him. It's a design play. Jackson gets out of bounds. A nice tackle coming from Simon Fraser. 22. Gabe Lopez just puts Jackson right down.
Yeah, Gabe Lopez making a few plays in this game. Reads the screen, able to get to the outside, and sets up a loss for Western Oregon on that first down play. Clock stop, though.
Ty Curry, 2nd and 14. And number 14's going to the air, and he's got a man wide open. 49-yard touchdown. Wolves on the board again, and they are on their way. LeJohn Ennis Carter, touchdown.
Great job as he gets past that linebackers. He's wide open down the middle. Ty Curry sees it. He's waiting for it to open up. Throws it down. Speed to the house. Great job by Western Oregon on there. Give their offense some confidence. Seems silly a little bit with this score, but the offense did need to score on a regular called play instead of a trick play. So good job for them for the half.
If the extra point is good, and it is 44-6. And as good as the defense played, the last 2 offensive possessions, Western Oregon has gotten right quick.
Yeah, you remember there was some talk about those first 3 games being at home. After the summer camp, 3 games at home. Going to Arcata last week gave them a chance to kind of get away from all this. Now they're back, taking advantage of their home field advantage. You like to see how Western Oregon's been progressing as the season's going on. A lot of young players on this, only a few seniors, a lot of freshmen and sophomores playing. The future looks bright for Western Oregon.
Ty Curry, 6 of 11, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. in the first half. His counterpart, Justin Cyber, really having a tough afternoon. 16 of 28 for 146 yards. Started off with 4 interceptions. They all came in the first quarter, able to get the lone score, only to see the extra point blocked, and Dominic Aquina to take it all the way back for 2 points. 44-6, the Wolves are all over Simon Fraser and being very unkind hosts this afternoon. Saldana's getting ready to kick it away. 35 seconds remain here in the first half on KWVT Channel 17. Eliza Sleezer just outside the booth, ready for her interview to tell us about the experience of being a student here at Western Oregon University. Simon Fraser there, though, for their teammates. They're picking it up. They're ready to get back there in the game. Again, their energy level for a team that is being beat pretty thoroughly right now. Still very good in the first season under the new coaching staff there. We'll talk more about that, of course, in the second half. Obviously, it's going to be an opportunity today for Western Oregon to see what kind of depth that they do have on some of those different levels on the offense and defensive side of the ball. If you're just joining us, you've missed a whole lot. It's been a very exciting first half. Very rarely do you get to score 44 points in a game, much less do it in less than 2 quarters. Cyber picks it, throws it away, and it goes to Curtis Anderson. And Curtis Anderson is looking for his own touchdown. He'll take it all the way back. Anderson, touchdown Wolves! 50-6, Western Oregon.
And Curtis Anderson, as the ball sails over the middle and uses his speed and agility, one of the best athletes on the team, just works his way down the field. You see one man at the end about to catch him, but his speed overtakes him. Touchdown, Western Oregon. Great job, Curtis Anderson and those defensive backs.
I couldn't imagine trying to be a beat writer or like having to write a story about this. You'd have to literally keep adding things. And you were talking about it. Hey, look, it didn't happen the first 2 times on that last possession. You said, if you want to run that route again, I'm going to tell you Curtis Anderson is going to get that interception. And I was going to add right on top of it, Michael, not just get the interception, he's going to take it all the way back.
Oh, chances are, if he gets an interception, especially in stride, it's going to be tough to catch up with him. He is very quick.
Oh, they're having a good time.
Offside. Defense. Number 33. The penalty is declined. Retry.
As the defensive lineman tried to time that snap, mistimed it, hit the offensive lineman, and they called the turnover or penalty there. Falling apart here.
Ryan Reynolds, Bo Heiberger, Curtis Anderson, everybody congratulating everybody on an amazing first half, as it's going to take us basically right down to halftime, as extra point is good. There's 14 seconds left, and it's 51-6.
And you would imagine, depending on what kind of return we get here, Simon Fraser probably down the ball, take this to half and see if they can adjust.
After winning the tip, winning the coin toss, Michael, it's pretty much been downhill since then. Western Oregon actually will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. And already in the driver's seat, leading by 45 points.
45 points. Again, after that, the drubbing up in Burnaby last year. Still surprised. A lot of young players for Western Oregon. They're all playing very well today.
Saldana, the human touchback, will actually not cook this one into the end zone, and it will be Simon Fraser fielding it and bringing the ball back out, and not a single player in a gray shirt. Is the ball loose, Michael? Is the ball out?
Yeah.
And Western Oregon will recover another play. And I got to tell you, with 5 seconds, they're not going to. They probably
movement on the field is a fumble recovered by Western Oregon. First down.
I don't think you down it. I think you let Ty Curry see if he can find somebody in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, it looks like Jalen Parnell was able to rip the ball away. Number 9 came out of the pile with the ball at least. Able to get that ball.
So
Simon Fraser, they're second.
They're going to bring Adrian Saldana in, and I have to agree with this. You know, he's missed a kick earlier today. It's a great moment for Saldana to see if he can get back some momentum on his season.
Well, these are also free points right here. You weren't, like I was saying right before that you expect them to come out and down the ball. Instead, they get a turnover on the kick return. Field goal seems fair.
I don't think there's going to be a mercy rule this afternoon, Michael Brown. Ball will be placed on the 16-yard line after the recovery. Add 17 to it. It's going to be a 33-yard attempt from Adrian Saldana.
I've heard some people say that Canadians are nice. Oregonians can be nice too, and just keep this to a field goal instead of going for a touchdown here.
First, you got to get a clean snap, and then Saldana's got to get good leg on it. He is actually kicking into the wind.
Using up that whole entire time out there.
5 seconds remaining in the first half that has been dominated by Western Oregon. A breakout performance on both sides of the football. The defense starting it off, and now, we're going to get a false start here on Adrian Saldana. I think he gave him the old juke.
Yeah, I think he did that on the extra point as well, and they didn't call it the last time, but you can't get away with it twice. He wanted to kick it really bad. Snap didn't happen fast enough for him.
False start. Offense, number 37 before the kick. 5-yard penalty, still first down. Please reset the game clock to 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Maybe the timeout iced him.
Thank you.
Saldana's going to have to back it up 5 yards.
He's got to work his way up to the Tony Zendeja style with the personal fouls. The great Rams kicker of the 80s who had more personal fouls than anybody I can remember that played that position. True story.
Michael Brown is a wealth of knowledge. Saldana, big leg, good kick. And it is up, and it is good. And as time expires, Western Oregon will go to halftime enjoying a large 54-6 lead. We'll be back after this short break. Good afternoon. What a first half. I've got this really important yellow sheet in front of me that was just handed to me by the athletic department, and I got to tell you, most points in a half in the history of Western Oregon University. The previous, obviously, was a year ago in Simon Fraser up in Burnaby, where they scored 44, go on to score 82 points. So obviously, there's some records in play here. Looking down the list, 66 against Dixie State, 64 against Humboldt State, 58 against Western New Mexico. And they've got 54 today. That's the 6th highest scoring output in the history of Western Oregon University football, and we've only played 30 minutes.
30 minutes, and it's the defense. The defense has been tearing it up all day, causing turnovers, interceptions, fumbles, fumble recoveries, pump blocks. No, I'll take that back. There's been so much. I thought there was a punt block as well, but there was an extra point blocked. With all that said, you want the offense to come out, get some consistency going in the second half.
Getting some great highlights here right now, Michael. And I mean, I'll tell you, I'm trying to think about if I was going to take one highlight out of this, and I think it has to be there was a block punt. I didn't want to correct you.
Thank you.
It's okay. I mean, so much happened.
My apologies, Curtis Anderson. That was Curtis Anderson on that block punt.
I mean, so much happened. But I think what I'm excited about is it just seems like it's a carryover from a week ago, but the communication, the true enthusiasm, and we talk about this. It's Division II football, and you got a very short window that you're going to get to enjoy doing something that you really love, like you and I being up here talking in the booth. I mean, they look like they're genuinely enjoying each other's company and just being there for each other, picking each other up. And you said it's not just one, it's everybody.
It's a team, and you have, again, playmakers across the board. All the receivers, the running backs, Ty Curry on the offense. And you have all the DBs that are playing great for the last few games, the linebackers that are all playing great for the last few games, and the defensive line that's been solid the whole season. You love what they're doing. They're happy. They're having a good time. You know, not as many wins here the last couple of years. It's nice to see everybody out there tearing it up, having fun.
This is great. I mean, this is just so fun. Great camera work, guys. We appreciate these highlights. I mean, you don't get to say this very often, but I mean, that from beginning to end was a highlight reel for both sides of the football. But really, I think putting the signature on the, maybe if you were going to say the first half of this season, if at the completion of today's game, is they know that that defense can really get after it, that they can really play, and their offense the last 2 weeks, even though starting slow today, is starting to catch up.
Yeah, and you hope going into the games against Central Washington and Azusa Pacific the second time around that they can take advantage of the new confidence they should have after making all these plays to be competitive against those two teams and see if you can knock one of them off the top of the GNAC conference.
I
always think it's very interesting they play all the teams twice, you know, like NFL style. They get a chance to get a rematch during the same season to see if they can change some things up. And I'm looking forward to that, assuming this score holds up and Western can keep control of this game.
Crazy amount of possessions, 13 possessions for Western Oregon in that first half. And they go through a sequence basically about halfway through, and it starts right around the beginning of the second quarter. Touchdown, touchdown, interception, touchdown, touchdown, interception. And they have the 6th highest scoring output, and it's done in the first half. Ty Curry finding open receivers late in that second half, using his patience, and a couple times today early in the game was having to use his legs to pick up the big yardage, but they were picked up in every way, shape, and form, even on the special team side of the football. I don't know how much Ty Curry we're going to see, as I see Worthley on the sideline right now, maybe getting ready to see if he's going to go in and get some action, playing catch with Curtis Anderson.
And we're going to see a lot of the backups, a lot of the second, third string. I would say younger guys, but most of the starters are pretty young themselves, so it'll be nice to get a lot of experience, especially in front of the home crowd.
Going through
on the
here,
winning side.
Gotta really give Mike some credit today. He really picked up on one of the great touchdowns early on in this game from Anthony Bradley. He only has the one catch, but it was Ennis Carter that springs the block. He also has 2 receptions of his own, including that last reception for 51 yards when he was unscathed by himself. So Carter in place today, having one player down for Western Oregon that we've been wanting to see. The 6'6" player, Thomas Wright, has been dinged up from that game at Humboldt State, but they have really been able to plug and play these receivers anywhere and get them in spots where they can get great yards after the catch.
And as the second half's about to get going, look for Western Oregon just to try to play it safe to a certain extent. We might see a little bit more running plays and keep it classy this whole second half. When a blowout like this, you don't see that kind of score ever, really. And just want to keep everybody classy and healthy by the end of this game.
Western Oregon, keep it classy. Bringing out some Ron Burgundy. I like it, Michael Brown. You know, that was all about broadcasting. We'll keep it classy as well.
Who's Ron Burgundy? I was just saying that myself.
He's a fictitious character in a movie.
Oh, okay.
Called Anchorman.
Anchorman.
What we got to do here, Michael Brown, though, is we got to keep, you're right, people apprised of who's coming out on the field. Like I said, we're going to see some opportunities for even younger players for Western Oregon in this second half, as they have really put themselves in a position to be probably fairly certain that they're not going to have to play any of their regulars before they head out on the road next week to kind of start the second half of this season. And really importantly, they're going to pick up back-to-back conference wins. Anderson ended the first half with an interception return, now takes the kickoff, and the dynamic defensive back takes it out to about the 29-yard line. And I'll tell you something, I don't want to do anything, and I'm not going to use that 4-letter word that rhymes with thinks. I don't even know if that's a word, but you got to be real careful with somebody like Anderson today, how much you'll use him in the second half. He's been around the ball all day today, and he's hard because he wants to be out there, and he's got so much energy. But right now, starting the second half, it is actually Ty Curry. It is Nico Jackson. Omari Land got this start. Tyler Sweet coming out in the slot position with Ryan Reynolds. Ennis Carter, and it looks like Tawan Prince on the top of your screen. Jackson gets the handoff, goes the left side of his offensive line. Jackson had a little bit of problem in the first half. Mike had a fumble down deep in territory when Western Oregon was driving.
Yeah, unfortunate on that fumble because he looked like he was about to go to the house. But he holds onto the ball that time, 4-yard gain, setting up a second at about 6 yards.
Curry really improving as the season goes on, now in game 5 in his first season as a starter. Jackson, though, tackled deep out of bounds, but no flag on the play.
Yeah, as they run that sweep, he's hoping to see a hole open, keeps following his blockers to the sideline, tries to tightrope that to get a couple extra yards at it. It's held to no gain on that play. Good job by Simon Fraser in these first couple of downs in the second half.
14 minutes and a minute expired. It's 3rd and 6, and we have a screen now. Oh, guys, I love you down there in the truck. Great work. Ty Curry throws it underneath the MAC, and he's got it just past the first down marker. Great job from the camera crew in the first half. I will tell you that right off the bat. We're able to pick up some great things there in those highlights. What a package reel we'll have for you probably at other times throughout the season. Just to let you know, this is our second to last home date. We have those first 3. We're here today, and then we'll be back on October 20th. Nico Jackson. What a tough run, actually reminding you of probably somebody he patterns his game after, Steven Jackson. Tough running, upright yardage, and taking it near first down.
Yeah, very, very similar to Steven Jackson, who played in Corvallis at Oregon State. Tough, big, upright running back that wants to hit people, wants to run them over. Did a pretty good job on that play, getting 9 yards on first down.
This is a time where you might see him go for a big play here. Dangerous play right there. I'll tell you, one of the things you don't want to see, they're calling it a backwards pass, Michael.
Yeah, it's a great job there by the defense.
Wow.
Staying on top of it. No whistle was blown.
That is Isaac Evans. He picks up the loose ball.
As you see, they run the play action. He throws it. It looks like a backward pass, at least down the line. See Sweet there. He thought it was an incomplete pass. He didn't jump on the ball. Simon Fraser able to pick the ball up, take it to the house. Smart play there.
I'll tell you, Mike,
by Simon Fraser.
I was going to say on the fundamentals of that, I never, you don't ever in basketball, you cannot jump to pass the ball, okay? You're not supposed to. It's like a cardinal sin. You're not supposed to do that as a quarterback. And what I worried about, and it's happening right now, is you come out and you're a little bit loose. And you're not going to lose anything here, but Ty Curry again, and you've said it, and it really is about the offense. They need to have those sustained drives. So when they do get to the second half of the season and they're in a more trench-like warfare, event other than a blowout, they're going to need to be able to give it to Jackson and Land, make sure that they protect the ball. Curry's going to have to make the correct reads, and he cannot be jumping up to make that pass.
Yeah, you hope Ty Curry would be smarter on that, especially with the big lead. You have to know to not put your team, he's the leader, you can't put them in a hole at all. Again, they have a little bit of a cushion on the scoreboard, so they can play around with it a little bit, but he would have been better off just to throw it in the ground if possible.
Tough start there for Western Oregon. They get that opening kickoff of the second half, and it'll be a backwards pass. It'll be considered, is it a fumble?
Yeah, that'll be a fumble.
Considered a fumble. Extra point is up, and it is good, and it is now 54-13.
Yeah, it's just like a lateral there when the ball is incomplete, and Sweet decided not to jump down for it. And a lot of the times the player won't jump on the ball. They assume it's that the quarterback didn't throw it backwards. There's no way for them to know that. And again, Evans on Simon Fraser, doesn't hear the whistle, picks the ball up. Nobody there to take him down. And now we have to see what Western Oregon's going to do here. Keep the offense out there, trying to run the clock, trying to milk this game away. Or Simon Fraser just started one of the best comebacks ever, and we just saw the beginning of it. We'll find out. We'll find out as this game goes along.
I think what you want now here when Western Oregon comes back out is I think you want to see Ty Curry want to put together a package basically that allows Western Oregon to sustain a drive that they get great push from the offensive line, open up lanes for Jackson and Land to run the ball, and at times Curry will obviously tuck it and run himself. And obviously he's got the big play ability everywhere on the field with this very, very deep receiving core here at Western Oregon that seem to all be either freshman or sophomore. Bradley picks up the short kick. Can't miss him today wearing he's part of the red out for sure. He's got on the red sleeves.
He came dressed to impress with the red sleeves. Great job by the coverage team there on the short kick. The up man, Bradley decides to catch the ball and take it. Only gets about a 15-yard gain on there. Again, back for the Western Oregon offense, which has been an adventure today to see what they come up with now.
Curry has now somewhat responsible for all 3 of the turnovers. He has 2 interceptions, and now it's going to be the backwards pass and the fumble, and that has led to some points. Mack gets the designed screenplay and then turns the ball upfield for 9 yards. And I know that was a play that when Chip Kelly was at the University of Oregon, they loved to run.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a run-pass option there. Throw it out to the receiver real quick. You have great athletes on the outside. If you can give them some space, allow them to make some moves, get down the field, you get a first down like you did on that play just now.
First down and 10. Very nice spot. Chains move. Play is set. Not Tingstead, but Willingham in there at tight end. Right back to Mack on that left side. He'll turn it upfield again. And what I'm really liking out of the receiving core today, Michael Brown, the toughness that they are displaying once they catch the ball and how well they are protecting it.
Oh, again, most of the receivers are in that 5'7" to 5'11" range, but you not to tell any of them they're small. So you let them get out there, make some plays. And this is basically like a short running game right now where you just throw the ball quickly to a receiver and let them make a play.
Here comes Curry to Land. They're going to use that left side. That seems to be where they feel the most confidence in running the football and throwing the football is on the left side of the Simon Fraser defense.
And Simon Fraser defense doing a good job again on this. Western's had some pretty good production from the running game in the first few games. And again, with the score, it's hard to critique them at all. But they haven't been able to move the ball as well today against Simon Fraser as they have for the rest of the season, even against powerhouses like Central Washington.
I am in agreement. It's 278 total yards. Not really a big number considering the number of points because so many defensive scores for this Wolves defense. Stuffed on second down. Land has no land in which to run, and it will bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, trying to make some moves there. Can't quite make anything happen there. You're setting up a 3rd and about 5 for Western Oregon here.
As you're watching the season progress, Michael, and they've brought Nico Jackson back in and not Land on 3rd down, is Jackson probably more of a catching threat potentially here on this play?
I honestly, I think with them, it's a coin toss. You know, sometimes Jackson's hot and they're going with him. Sometimes Land.
And here's one of your basically breakout players, Michael Brown.
Yeah, Willingham on that catch as he gets to the outside. Ty Curry has plenty of time, throws a quick pass out to Willingham. And we don't see as much connection to the tight ends so far this season. We were expecting a lot more out of Tingstead, a lot more out of Willingham, but they're still in the mix. The weird thing is there's no go-to person, so you have everybody at any given time. They're the one that could make the big play
Receiving
next.
by committee. I mean, we can go back in the tight end history. Kevin Boss goes off to the NFL. Also, Andy Avgi was here as well. Caleb Tingstead and now Willingham continuing the proud tradition of the tight end position here at Western Oregon.
And Willingham hoping to be the next one in line. A big 6-yard gain there.
Again, I really enjoy both Land and Jackson, the toughness with which they run the ball. Jackson obviously wary and very cognizant of making sure to hold on to the football after that fumble early in the football game. Earning some more touches, 2nd down and 5 on the 34-yard line and driving. delayed handoff to Jackson, and Jackson was literally shoe steps away from going all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, as he got through the line, you see him just hesitate for that 1 second. He saw the hole blow up. He took his burst of speed, not able to get past everybody, but does get a first down for Western Oregon.
I'll say footsteps. I don't know what shoe steps are. I don't know if I've ever making up words this afternoon. Ty Curry,
sometimes.
8:40 on the clock, gives it right back to Jackson, who again, running tough. Very fortunate there as he only had one hand on the football, but he'll pick up positive yards, moving ever closer to first down, 7 yards on that play.
And Jackson making the hit himself as he ran over the defensive back who got up really slowly.
Jackson now 40 yards for the game on 8 carries, averaging a cool 5 yards per touch. Tawan Prince now in the backfield, and they're going to pitch it out to him on the option sweep, Mike. And that's something, again, some wrinkles that we just haven't seen, and they are exploiting the athletic talent of these receivers.
Yeah, it's a different defense than your practice, so try out these plays that you haven't been running as many times this year, see if they work out for you. Able to get a first down on that play and keep the clock moving at the same exact time.
It's nice to see Western Oregon, Coach Arn Ferguson, have the ability to open up this playbook this afternoon. It's even led to a receiver passing to another receiver when it was Bradley getting the ball down to Mack deep into Simon Fraser territory. Land back into the game, running off the right side and picking up 4, maybe even 5 yards.
Using Land's speed, seeing if he can find a hole. Gets about 5 yards on there.
Officials timeout for injury.
Can't say much. You can't say really too much about Ty Curry today. I mean, it's efficient. It's 10 of 15, 176 yards. He's averaging nearly 12 yards per reception. Only basically 3 throws today. I think he would like to have back, as he gave the interceptions away twice to the same player for Simon Fraser, and then he obviously had the backwards pass to start the second half.
And we do have an injury on the field right now for Simon Fraser. We're still waiting on the number there.
But again, I mean, that's got to be nice. They have, Ty Curry to kind of, again, just have a really efficient day. And you want to see a little bit more of that. You don't know how much more action he's going to get if they do put points up here on this drive, though. Yeah,
after being player of the week for the GNAC last week, 5 total touchdowns. And he's not playing a bad game today by any means. It's just the interceptions he's thrown. You don't know what the quarterback's thinking when they have a 28-point lead and he's trying to throw some passes that maybe he wouldn't throw if it was a closer game. Well, no real complaints on him. It's just it could be a 70 or 80-point game right now if it wasn't for those mistakes early.
And again, it was just a year ago here, Western Oregon was able to score a whopping 82 against Simon Fraser. Land gets it off the left side. He's looking for the end zone in the pylon. Here comes a flag late. Land's going to get near and inside that 5-yard line. He's pushed back, but they are throwing a flag in the direction of a holding.
Yeah, great move by Land right off the bat, but a lot of penalties. So this one looks like it's coming back.
They've been pretty clean actually on that side of the ball today. In regards to not having the penalties. Been a couple of personal foul plays out there.
Offense, number 66, 10-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
And offensive holding hasn't been a huge problem this season. The offensive line's been pretty solid, minus the sacks they gave up in the first couple of games. But they seem to have cleaned that up on their last 3 contests. A couple, but not as many as the early season.
That'll bring it back and make it a 2nd and 15, kind of nullifying the nice run from Land on the previous play.
So also, I believe while the tight ends haven't been in the action as much, they're staying in to block a little bit more, help out the young offensive line as they're developing.
Curry going to give it to Land, but fakes it now, looking into the end zone, throws a bullet pass, and frankly, he's pretty lucky that wasn't intercepted if Simon Fraser's defensive backs did not run into each other.
Yeah, as he does the play action there, looking for his guy, steps up, tries to thread the needle there. That's a really, really tough pass with 2 defenders there. He might have been asking a little bit more than he should have on that one, but no turnover, just a 3rd down for Western Oregon.
Sampson, Prince, Reynolds, And best I can tell, can't see who is up on the top of the screen, but 4 wide receivers in this set. And a nice little fade pass being thrown high, lofted pass, one-handed catch by Mack.
Still haven't seen a signal yet. Looks like an incomplete pass. Ty Curry, plenty of time, throws it deep. Just trying to hit that sideline right there as Mack goes up. Just a foot or so out of bounds there, setting up a field goal attempt for Saldana here.
Be a 39-yard field attempt. Sorry, 39-yard field goal attempt. Saldana missed one from a similar spot earlier this afternoon. High snap, brought down, plenty leg, but I think it's going to be wide left. There's only one signal is made, and now Saldana 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
Yeah, unfortunately
on
for
this
him,
side of the field.
Just not able to get it through the middle there. And Simon Fraser holds again on their defense. A lot of credit to Simon Fraser's defense today. Being in such a hole most of the time, they're still fighting and holding Western Oregon to one of their, I'll say not the best performances of the season today. It's hard to say again when they're up by 41 points.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Justin Cyber definitely would like to have a do-over in the first quarter, but here in the third quarter, he goes right to work. And Dominic Aquina, I mean, he wears number 42, and I'm going to let you inform the people who are football historians about the number 42.
I was thinking Ronnie Lott maybe.
Official timeout for injury.
But as he comes up and makes that hit, it does, and unfortunately there's an injury for Simon Fraser.
Robert Meters, and that is who made the reception, Michael.
As Aquina, the safety, comes down, he gets a free shot on him there. The receiver doesn't know he's about to get hit from that side.
Kind of remind me about Ronnie Lott. Did go to USC.
I believe so.
He's a USC, and basically when they said he's probably, in the history, was probably the best tackling safety of all time. And what he kind of would always do is he kind of said he imagined 5 of them, and that's the way Aquina hits. It's almost like he's trying to hit through 5 people.
He is, trying to knock the ball away, trying to make something happen. He's been a maniac out there for the last three games.
Definitely, I kind of feel like he's the personality of the defense. It's unquestioned that Heiberger's the smartest player out there, knows everything that's going on, but there's a real energy that comes from Aquina, kind of on an island right now in single bump and run coverage. On the bottom of your screen, 2nd down and 7, it was 3-yard reception after Aquina's big hit. Cybers again off of his back foot. He'll get first down yardage. And again, there's times you see Cybers getting it out to one of his favorite targets, Miles Richardson. Miles Richardson also plays quarterback for this team as well.
Yeah, I've been confused by that a couple of times. As he sits back there, he's throwing off his back foot, but he's got a nice arm on that one, able to get out to the receiver for a first down for Simon Fraser.
Man in motion. Cybers now with a fresh set of downs, hands it off. And for the first time today, some really good push off that offensive line. Not even Heiberger able to get enough penetration, but he is in on the tackle.
As he just follows his tackle, making his way down the field, able to get 6 yards off of that. Nice little drive starting here for Simon Fraser.
I'm really having a hard time reading this. Do you know how many turnovers have been in this game?
13, I'm guessing.
Baker's dozen. If we get another one, we have 12. Well done. I don't know. I'm trying to think in my lifetime if I've watched a football game where I've seen that many turnovers. I know I've seen a few 7 and 8, maybe even 9 turnover games, but 12?
I've played a lot of video games in my life. I think I have seen it, but not in real life.
Michael Brown, always about the simulation. Here we go. Ball on the 48-yard line. It's first down and 10 for Simon Fraser, seeing if they can get some momentum in this second half. And they get a nice play call there, and they found Heiberger kind of stranded on that play, and they're able to get a nice first down as Leviano Canil with the reception.
With a couple of positive running plays, it sucked Heiberger up there trying to give some run support. When that happens, his man gets to the outside, not able to keep up with him. Another first down for Simon Fraser. Good play calling for them on this drive right now.
Really nice things coming out of Simon Fraser again in the second half. I mean, it can't be fun ever going in and be trailing by 45 points. But they've been able to get a score here in the third quarter and now showing some signs of the offense having some balance running and throwing the ball.
Great heart from these kids trying to, these young men trying to work their way down on the field, especially with a deficit like they're in right now.
2nd and 6. Cyber now, he's got some time, but it's Heiberger, and Heiberger, man, I don't know if he took his eye off it or if maybe he wanted to catch it and then hit the guy wearing the stripes. I mean, he really thought he had that ball, but he was one step ahead of himself and missed what would have been an interception and would have been the 6th on the day for Cyber. And would have been the 9th turnover for Simon Fraser. 3:52 and a 3rd and 6. Simon Fraser driving into Western Oregon Terry on the 31-yard line. Heiberger was blitzing on that play. And Cyber steps up and is able to get a reception completed.
And great job by them. Plenty of time, even though they had 5 guys rushing on that play. He sat back in the pocket, worked his way down. Curtis Anderson got moved to the other side of the field and wasn't able to come over for help. First down for Simon Fraser on their best drive so far on this day.
On the 15-yard line in the red zone, Simon Fraser seeing if they can get a touchdown and a second touchdown here in the third quarter. Kind of going back to that run, pass, trying to keep some continuity and consistency on both sides of the football. And Cyber, again, when he plants his foot and he knows where he wants to put the football, has a strong enough arm definitely to get the ball out to many of his receivers. Just today, some bad timing and some excellent anticipation and execution from the defensive backs here at Western Oregon.
While he's having to deal with all the pressure from the defensive line and the blitzing linebackers. Good defensive game plan today for sure.
Pressure being shown again, and here they come. And I got to give Cyber some credit. He got knocked to the ground. Player's helmet comes off. That will take somebody off the field. Looks like it might be Proctor.
Number 32, helmet came off, has to leave the field for one play.
Proctor will be off the field. He'll be replaced by Jalen Parnell.
They didn't stop the game for it this time.
Yeah, in fact, I mean, we were talking about something, again, golf-related, but I'm not going to bring that in. It's almost like I agree with that. Like, the player, if he does it, knows it. He just has to get out.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. Don't even acknowledge it. 3rd and 11, Simon Fraser trying to keep this drive alive. Doesn't want to see it stall and would like to put a touchdown on the board. Cyber right into the middle, and here comes the tip drill, and you could see that coming almost a mile away. Proctor comes off the field. Parnell will get the interception. And that, my friends, is 6 interceptions on the day for the defense.
Yeah, as you see, he overthrows the receiver. You had a group of Western players there. Jalen Parnell, I believe his birthday was yesterday, so he's just racking up his birthday presents a day late. Able to get up to the 10-yard line on that return. Happy birthday, Jalen Parnell. Great job on that play.
Yeah, I mean, it's a baker's dozen. I'm almost like, and then the points off turnovers. I mean, Western Oregon has 54 points. 33 of them are from the defense. I guess actually 31 are from the defense and 2 are from a special teams play.
Yeah, and on a play like that, when they're in the red zone, everybody's dropping back in coverage. Unfortunately for Simon Fraser, they're not able to come up with points. An errant pass, though. He's thrown into basically 4 DBs in that same area. Tough for them to ever get a positive play on that.
2nd down and 9 on the 12-yard line. Curry hands it to Jackson. Jackson goes off the left side, and you just feel that if he gets a few more touches, he's going to turn it all the way north, and he's just going to take off.
Yeah, that offensive line creating big holes there. He's working his way through them, trying to get to that second level and take off. Sets up a 3rd down and about 5 for Western.
4 out of 8 Western Oregon on the afternoon on 3rd down conversions. That's 50%. And now 3rd and 5, it'll be Curry over the middle. And the reception is made, and it's very close. And again, Willingham, great to see something happening over the middle from the tight ends.
And great to see for the rest of the season. The rest of the teams won't be able to key on the receivers. They'll have to think about the tight end, even though they haven't been going into coverage.
They'll give him the first down yardage. Curry in the shotgun with Jackson. There goes Jackson again. And Jackson, I'm going to say something on the fundamental side, Michael. I know he thinks he has the speed and the strength, but he's got to get both hands around the football, especially when he sees a gang of tacklers coming.
Yeah, right after making a good catch, Evander Willingham not able to make the block on that play. And the defensive end able to get around the outside. Able to get around the outside, make a big play in the backfield, which sets up a 2nd and long for Western Oregon. This looks like they're trying to work this clock out for the rest of the quarter.
As Western Oregon heads towards the sidelines, they don't score in the third quarter. They give up a touchdown to Simon Fraser. They'll go into the fourth quarter having a comfortable 41-point lead. We'll be back for the fourth quarter on KWVT Channel 17.
Welcome back to Monmouth today here at MacArthur Field, entering the fourth quarter where Western Oregon has a commanding 54-13 lead. We'll be back to Matt in just a couple of minutes. He's going down the field to talk to some people, get a couple of interviews. Or maybe he's back with me right now, I guess.
I tried to make an effort to see if I could find somebody. Oh, Curry a little bit sloppy again on that pass to the outside, and it would have been a pick six had it been there. No, trying to effort to get over there to somebody in the athletic department, Michael.
We'll get it figured out. We'll get it
figured out. You know, exactly. I mean, that's what we do here. We figure things out.
Gives us something else to think about while this game's going on. As you see that pass going to the outside, and unfortunately for Simon Fraser, where Western Oregon is picking off most of those plays, they don't run the right angle to get that picked off, setting up a 3rd and long for Western Oregon.
Curry going over the middle, and I gotta say it right now, that is a big man's catch. That's Tyler Sweet doing the dirty work over the middle. Number 88, strong.
And great route by him, able to get down the middle, get to that first down marker and get a first down. Keeping the drive alive for Western Oregon. Let them work this clock down here in the fourth quarter with this big lead.
Curry gives it to Land. Land plants, cuts back, and really, really shows kind of that next level of speed that he has.
That's somewhere in the 80s agility. Able to make a couple guys miss, work his way down the field for 12 yards. Great job by the offensive line there, opening up some holes right off the bat.
I'm sure that you enjoyed having the Hall of Fame Marshall Faulk be on your team. And what Marshall Faulk was so amazing at, whether he caught it or he was running the ball, and I loved it, was just that I'm going to plant my foot and I'm changing directions.
As Todd Gurley does these days as well. Like, you like to see anybody that can make those cuts. If the original hole isn't open, work their way somewhere else.
I mean, you always think of the Barry Sanders, not even throw you one even further back, give you Eric Metcalf. I mean, there are some very special players that have played at the highest level, but that's something you can see that people try to incorporate into their game, and you can only do it if you have the speed.
I think Eric Metcalf has to be worked into conversation more often personally, but
well, he's the only person I ever remember making somebody's hips go one way and their legs go another. He could definitely bamboozle you.
Trying to remember who did that to Rod Woodson. It's really bothering me. I can't remember that.
Nico Jackson in the backfield. Also Willingham, a new little set here. And Willingham does get the block this time. Jackson gets to the outside, trying to make more people miss. Gets that ball out of the right side in his hand. Won't go out of bounds. And I will tell you, he just does not like to go to the ground.
Fantastic combination of size and speed on there, and you're seeing him use all of it right now. Working his way out. Down the middle of the field, juke, and now he's just trying to get a corner, make some speed, stiff arms, runs into a pile of 5 players, still working up the field.
Officials timeout.
And now we have a timeout.
you got to think about how the season started. It was Devin Fortier that was like unquestioned. He's number one. And in the course of now 5 almost games done on the season, Jackson and Land are now really platooning back there.
And they're doing well. They're doing really, really well the last few games. Nice running game has developed for Western Oregon.
Jackson, a junior as well as Curry, a bright future. But we're still in 2018, and Jackson, stretched out, will pick up a yard or two there on first down.
Now you just want to see what the teams can do for the rest of this quarter. Get out of here without any injuries. As we have a 3-week break after this game.
Oh.
What are you going to be doing for that time, Matty?
I think I have to work.
Nice.
I think I'll definitely be following it on my phone. And hey, Mike, maybe later on in the day, maybe make sure that people get maybe your Twitter handle. I know that you've been doing a great job talking about the team and getting great information out about Western Oregon and the progress that they're making on the season. And if they are able to hold on today, which it looks like they'll be able to, they're going to move to 2-3 after starting the season 0-3, that tough 3-week stretch where they lost all 3 games at home.
Officials timeout for injury.
Looks like, best I can tell, is it Willingham on the field?
Trying to look at the on the field here.
I don't know how trainers do it. It's almost like they know exactly where they got to position themselves so you can't see who it is. They're really good at that. I know they want to give the guy some privacy. That's actually Land. It's Amari Land on the field right now.
And as far as the Western Oregon goes on social media, Western Oregon Wolves, a great follow for Western Oregon News, probably the best follow for Western Oregon News. And I have a Twitter account, Saturdays at MacArthur Field, and I basically retweet Western Oregon most of the time and most of the players too.
Land is able to get up under his own power. Combined between Jackson and Land today, 27 carries. Jackson having 14 for 66 yards. Amari Land, 13 carries on his own for 48 yards. Not too shabby to get over 100 yards rushing out of your dynamic backfield. 375 total yards today. And again, Ty Curry, 60% completion percentage today, 12 of 20, 196 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And as I say Devin Fortier's name, lo and behold, Devin Fortier's in the game.
And he's got a couple carries each game for the last few games. Just not the production we were expecting earlier in the season.
An opportunity now maybe to really ice this game. Great block. And wow, I will tell you, gave just that time that Curry needed to try to get that ball all the way down the field. And, man, I will tell you, just a little bit more air underneath that, and Anthony Bradley was going to get his second touchdown of the day.
Yeah, with Thomas Wright not being here today, granted, all the receivers have speed, but Anthony Bradley is the tall guy, the tall, speedy guy that they're going to go to with Thomas Wright not playing today.
Amari Land, they're showing us footage of him right now on the sideline with the training staff. They're taking off his right cleat, so we're going to assume maybe a lower right leg injury at this point. Curry, 4th and 7. They're not going to punt it. He's got time, and he is sacked, and the ball is loose. And Simon Fraser picks it up. And I will tell you, Michael, there's hard things sometimes that you have to kind of teach.
Ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by Simon Fraser. First down.
But it's hard to tell somebody when you're leading by this much, keep your head in the game. And it seems from basically that backwards pass to that play that Ty Curry, maybe at times, not as focused as he needs to be. And as those games that you said, that second tour of the GNAC teams, he's going to have to be there for all 60 minutes.
And, and we may not see him again with 11 minutes left in this game. Depends on this Simon Fraser. Got to get a lot of credit to Gabe Lopez, number 22, for Simon Fraser on that play. Able to get a great rush from the outside and knock the ball away, causing a turnover and downs for Western Oregon.
So for a few plays today, we have seen Richardson in the backfield. Cyber not playing quarterback now, number 8. Miles Richardson in the game. He had a great run earlier in the game where he looked like he was going to be actually hit in the end zone for a safety, but was able to reverse field and pick up 12 needed yards at that moment. Now, assuming the helm at quarterback.
I don't know what
and
the
he's a
penalty
lefty. And
is.
he's a lefty. Steve Young just entered the game.
False start. Offense. Number 81. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And unfortunately, it looks like on that false start, Jalen Parnell, where he was making a blitz, may have came up a little bit limp on that play.
Well, Michael Brown's no profit, but on the sideline, number 10, Ryan Worthley has officially put on his helmet, takes off his yellow cap, and it looks like he is going to get himself some playing time this afternoon.
And the ref a little bit late on that whistle just there. The same look of a possible fumble or a backwards pass. But luckily for Simon Fraser, just an incomplete pass on that first down play.
Ryan Worthley, when he does enter Ryan Worthley, when he does enter the game, is 6'2". He's 210 pounds, and he's a redshirt freshman. Ty Curry looks like his afternoon most likely over. Simon Fraser with Richardson in the backfield. 3rd down and 11, you would have to assume at this point in the game. 4-down territory for them the rest of the game. The lefty goes to work. High pass and gets it to Owinzi, and Owinzi's had himself a really nice afternoon.
Yeah, with plenty of time back there. The receiver runs a great route, getting himself open down about the 35-yard line.
Richardson, 12 yards running today. Now also 8 receptions on the afternoon for 101 yards, the primary target for Justin Cyber. Little run pass option, and Richardson will keep it himself. But there is nowhere to run, and he is swallowed up by Sena.
Sena, Isaiah Molden, Court Hammond. We haven't heard his name as many times today, but that whole defensive line has been playing very well this whole season.
Just a yard pickup there on 1st down for Simon Fraser. 4 wide receivers spread out. Little pump, and it is another interception, this time by number 52, Caden Finkley from Boise, Idaho, in Bishop Kelly.
As he sits back there, he's looking for a receiver. And you see him jump up, catch the ball, and it looks like it's going to be a legal pick by the offense.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 17. The penalties declined. Result of the play is an interception. 1st down, Western Oregon.
I think that's their 10th turnover.
On the interception for the Lobos.
I'm flabbergasted, man. I mean that's just a tough afternoon.
Especially when he has some time and he's looking for, but the defense has been on it, especially the play calling. This time they drop back in a zone, allowing all the DBs to just kind of wait there and see where the ball is going to go. They swarm it, get another interception. Great job by the defense. Can't say it enough today. Great job by all the defenders playing as a unit.
Ryan Worthley in the game, hands it off to Devin Fortier, and there's not much of a stat line on Mr. Worthley yet because he's only thrown 1 pass and it was incomplete. So an excellent opportunity for the redshirt freshman with just under 9 minutes to come to the helm of this offense with a wealth of talent at the wide receiver position and a very deep backfield. Now seeing a one-time starter, Devin Fortier, now filling in for the injured Omari Land.
Devin Fortier, who also runs track at Western Oregon, has the speed. You like to see him make some plays here.
And then Willingham getting tons and tons of playing time here in the second half. Then that was a miscommunication between Fortier and Worthley. I don't know if it was a 32 or a 33 crossbuck tee, but I mean, once he went right, he was supposed to go left, and when he went left, he was supposed to go right. Quarterback and running back running into each other.
I think he zigged when he should have zagged.
3rd and 8. Worthley definitely in a passing situation. Get to see if he can get his first completion as a Wolf. As a Wolf, a Wolf. There goes Worthley underneath. He was going to Willingham, taking big pressure, and I like it. He stood in there and wasn't going to be knocked down, but they're going to have to send in.
Yeah, you like his presence out there. The kid from Tigard looking really good. Unfortunately, not able to get a completion there.
Andrew Gross still kicking for Nathan Osborne, only the 2nd kick this afternoon for Andrew Gross. Back deep for Simon Fraser.
Let's go!
Ethan Basalt. Basalt also 3 receptions on the afternoon for 15 yards. And Mike, it looks like it was another one of those bad snaps. And I kind of missed that as I was looking down at my monitor. But Simon Fraser's going to inherit the ball with great field position and an opportunity to get a score here in the 4th quarter to draw closer.
And a turnover on downs for Western Oregon.
I think it's somewhat of a moral victory, to be perfectly honest, Michael, right now, that they scored 54 points in the first half, Western Oregon, and Simon Fraser right now still putting up a goose egg halfway through the 4th quarter.
And how many turnovers are there right now?
15 total for the game, 10 for Simon Fraser, 5 for Western Oregon. Richardson, the lefty, looking to his left, now has to scramble, trying to use his legs, might have to throw it, goes across his body, and it almost sails over everybody and almost landed in a Winsley's hands. Is it him again? Yeah, kind of has it. He's kind of got a head for the ball.
And as he doesn't find his first read, he's working his way out, trying to see somebody get open. Nobody's getting open, and then throws it across his body back into the end zone. Almost deflected, but just dropped. Lucky for the Western Oregon defense there. And they are getting close. I believe they told me 11 interceptions is the record for Division II all time.
Wow. Richardson, wow. Woo! Tell you right now, Jason Nelson, that's an athlete. Up, and away, man. That guy went straight up the elevator.
That quick pass, doesn't see anything. Throws it out to his running back out the backfield, and as he tries to make a leap, he does, but great job by the defense, tackling as a gang. Second guy takes him down.
Vemu Ina getting some playing time, number 27, takes the hurdler down. 3rd and 2, deep in the red zone, Simon Fraser. They may not get it there, but on second effort, they might get it. If not, Simon Fraser will be going for it here.
Oh, you have to at this point. Inside the red zone, might as well try to get some points, make it look a little bit more respectable. But even if it doesn't, they've played respectable this whole game, being down so early and still fighting back. And Western's been trying. They've been playing some plays.
And it's exactly what Trey Shima-Bakura was saying at the beginning of the game. He's like, these guys don't stop playing, and they've proved it by not giving up any points in the second half. They still turned the ball over, but real pride being showed by Simon Fraser. Wonderful defensive play right there, broken up.
And you like KJ Ritter's there.
Wow.
On the slant, able to get his hand up there and knock the ball away. Great job by him. Turnover and downs for Simon Fraser. Western Oregon gets the ball back. See what Worthley and the second squad can do. See if they can make some points happen here as this game finishes up. It looks like there was no rain today. Thought that might happen.
Skies have darkened a little bit, but that could just be simply because we are finally in fall and we don't have as much daylight.
Thanks, meteorologist.
Yeah. Give it 5 minutes, the weather will change.
It's Oregon. What do you expect?
Worthley will hand it off to Fortier. Fortier running up the middle and getting 3, maybe 4 yards on first down.
I almost said Oregon, but I don't even want to make that joke.
No.
It's always been funny to me.
Well, when
How do people on the East Coast name something but the way that people say things on the East Coast now doesn't work the same? I just never understood that history.
Fortier really puts his helmet and his shoulder pads down, and again, some just tough running.
Yeah, he's tough running from a guy who hasn't got as many carries as we were expecting. He's trying to get everything out of each carry right now while he's getting some playing time.
Obviously, Western Oregon content to watch every second just dissipate in a game that, frankly, was over fairly quickly in regards to what the overall outcome was going to be. I just think the surprise today, and probably for several seasons, is going to be some of the records that are going to be set by this defense this afternoon. Fortier, again, 1, 2, 3 carries and picks up a first down.
The GNAC Defensive Player of the Week could possibly be the defense as a whole. The way they played together, it's quite amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say, Michael, I mean, in the first 3 games, the combination of things that they have on that side of the ball really came really to the forefront today. They got great interior pressure from their down linemen. They certainly were getting pressure from Heiberger, Proctor, and Wharf involved in the action, picking up the slack for Weber's absence today. Curtis Anderson and Dominic Aquina. I mean, literally 1 through 11, you could honestly give any one of them probably that, and I agree with you. The conference probably gives it to the defense.
We shall see. But yeah, great job by everybody today.
I mean, you're never going to forget these 2 seasons that you do play Simon Fraser, obviously up there, and you score 82 points. And then you're never going to forget a game where you force 10 turnovers.
Force 10 turnovers. About to get another victory and tie up their GNAC record as well.
Gotta like Marquis Sampson hiding behind the big uglies up front and getting a nice run.
Very quick as they run that sweep, and he gets to the outside, turns it up, able to get about 8 yards on that play. Still a 3rd down for Western Oregon. The perspective sometimes can be a little bit different up here to see if there's a first down or not. I think it is a lot more than it actually happens.
Snap first! Snap first!
Watch out for the snap first.
Worthley gets it to Fortier. Oh, no, it's Sampson. You could hear, I hate to say it because I know his voice, you could hear Coach Shimabukuro. He was definitely coaching right there.
Unfortunately, the running back not able to run north and south, just running down the line there, trying to stretch it out and use his speed, but didn't make it anywhere, loses a few yards, setting up a 4th down. Special teams come out for Western Oregon.
Well, we've got some more camera work going outside my booth right now. It's kind of interesting. Don't know what that's going to lead to. What do we got going on here? That's not, oh, they're not going to call that. A little bit of an acting. Oh, they are going to get it. Michael, you're going to like this.
It's interesting on that play because it looked like he possibly got a piece of it since it was a 15-yard
I think that was a complete sales job. I don't know what Andrew Gross's major
Running
is.
into the kicker, receiving team.
But I will tell
5-yard
you,
penalty results in a first down.
That was a Charmin soft drop right there.
And a good rush. A good rush by the defensive line.
Yeah.
But not able to block it all the way, not cleanly.
Yeah.
And a turnover on downs again.
It was
first down. It's after the penalty.
Just so many different and odd football things happen today. Just you will not see a football game like this very often.
Well, they do play each other one more time this season, so we might get a chance for another one.
North of the border. That would be a blast if we could get up there for that game.
And if you just a reminder to everybody, if you dig around online, you can always find the GNAC games available online if it's not the games aren't here at MacArthur Field.
Point well taken.
And as you see, they're just trying to run up the middle again. Gabe Lopez has had a great game for Simon Fraser. Said his name a lot. He's able to get in there, make a play, hold it to a short gain for Western Oregon.
Man, tell you something now. I mean, Simon Fraser here today, but Western Oregon's going on the road, and I mean, they're going on the road. They're going to Texas A&M, Kingsville. That's a night game.
They did have Angelo State come up here. Karmically, they deserve to go to Texas this year for a game.
I mean, that is unbelievable. They got that. I mean, the rest of their schedule, Michael, I mean, just listen to this. And we've seen these things, I mean, already. I mean, like Texas A&M, Kingsville, so that's a non-conference game. Then they come home only to have to go to Central Washington on the 13th of October, and you know how much Western Oregon wants to show they have improved after losing 50-17 a couple of weeks ago.
A game they stayed pretty close for the first half, though.
Then they get to host their final home game of the regular season. Fortier goes up the middle. It'll be Humboldt State and the Lumberjacks coming north from Arcata. Then the end of their season, just like they started, is the exact opposite. On the road, and listen to this, at Azusa Pacific, at Simon Fraser, at Eastern New Mexico. But I'll tell you,
it's got to be some exciting things to happen in East New Mexico.
Yeah. But 41 looks like down on the field, according to the man in my ear. The man in my ear says it is Shane Ward, linebacker for Azusa, or excuse me, for Simon Fraser. Wow, I mean, that is impressive. Michael Brown, tell us the stat of the game.
With the 7 interceptions today, it's a school record for Western Oregon. It also ties the GNAC record set in 2011 by Humboldt State. And with not much time left, I don't think that's going to get overturned or beat this time, but it's nice to tie a record. Got to see a record tied today.
That's nice, man. It's really nice.
Got to give some props to Kyle Lavender, the defensive backs coach.
Giving some love to Lake Oswego.
Lake Oswego love.
Hey, I got a chance to see his dad. I said hello on your behalf. It was great to see him. Right back to the action. Worthley will go back in there, 51 seconds remaining. And from my vantage point, Michael, is it sprinkling?
I believe it is. There's some good rain coming down, some good precipitation.
Let's go ahead and talk about this really quickly.
So what happens is barometric pressure and these clouds come. Oh, what?
Yeah. So, Michael, I'm just going to go through the interception list here. Curtis Anderson, 2 on the afternoon. Dominic Aquina, Tyler Worf, Jalen Parnell all make interceptions, including Finkley and Joey Sinclair for the 7 total turnovers. There is about 10 seconds remaining, and I think that what we can talk about today is that from start to finish, whatever happened on the road last week certainly came to Monmouth, Oregon, and this defense of this season for Western Oregon has a chance probably to go down as one of its best collective units.
Most definitely. Heiberger, Parnell, like you can just keep naming names, like because we do all day long. They're all making plays, doing a great job. Let's see if these last few games they can put it all together on both sides and make it happen.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be back to wrap things up here, get you a few more things about today, and then obviously tell you about the next time you can watch us here on KWVT, Channel 17.
Are you going to come back to me, Ken? Okay. Do I need to be on camera? Should I? Okay. 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 I think I know what's up. Welcome back to MacArthur Field. We're waiting on Matt Palumbo. He's going to have a post-game interview with one of the players or coaches on the field. And as we wrap up today, as the rain starts to come down, you'll see some replays. Biggest play for Simon Fraser today was that fumble and return. Receivers on these quick passes making some great plays. Domination all day by Western Oregon's defense, special teams, making plays all over the place. 7 interceptions, tying a school record, or excuse me, breaking the school record, tying the GNAC record. Another interception you see here by Parnell, day after his birthday. Great for him. Double clutch and another interception there, which held up. And this time passing the outside with a great job there, great tackle. Knocked away by KJ Ritters late in the game. Mariland trying to run out the clock, the rest of the team. As the rain's falling, waiting to hear from Matt Palumbo. I see him coming up now, I believe. Great day today. Some scores from around the country while we're waiting for Matt. I had it queued up. Okay, we're going to go to break real quick as we get this interview. We'll be back in about a minute at MacArthur Field.
Bo Heiberger, Matt Palumbo, I know we're meeting for the first time, but I can see that smile on your face. You know what you guys did today? You guys tied a school record. Yep. 7 interceptions. Talk to me about the defense. Talk to me about everything today.
We just came in with a good game plan this week, and our guys executed. I mean, from top to bottom, from front to DBs. Guys were out making plays today. We had a good mindset, and we came out here and got the job done.
You jump on them seriously early. I know you're riding off the wave of getting the GNAC Player of the Week. If they're going to hand it out this week, you're not going to give it to an individual. You're probably going to give it to the unit, right?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. We played lights out today. I'm just excited that we have this momentum moving in the second half of the season, which is we're looking to make a big push the second half of the season.
Still a lot to play for. I know you're not going to be back here for a few weeks, but talk about getting a win, students back here. Yep. And obviously, one thing I know you got to be excited about is just getting 2 wins and getting the momentum as you go back. And you're going to Texas next week. Talk about it.
It's a great thing. I mean, anytime you can get a win at home, it's a great thing, especially when we had a rough start to the season. We have all the students back this week, like you said. To get a win in front of them is huge, just for morale, team morale, everything. It's awesome. And like you said, moving forward to a big game in Texas, this is the momentum that we needed.
Congratulations on a great win, Bo. We'll see you here in a few weeks.
Appreciate it.
Have a great day, everybody. For KWVT, I'm Matt Palumbo. For Michael Brown, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. 54-13. Western Oregon getting their first home victory of the year, their second consecutive victory. And let's talk about the records. 7 interceptions for this defense led by reigning GNAC Player of the Week, Bo Heiberger. And you go down the list, everybody got to participate in a lopsided victory that had records of points scored in the first half. 54 points scored in the first half by Western Oregon. 33 points being scored alone by the Wolves defense. Ty Curry, extremely efficient, sharing the football once again, finding open receivers. And what can you say about Dominic Aquina's basically showing up as a defensive back that they can really count on? Also blocking a kick, taking it back for the 2-point conversion. A week ago, Western Oregon was winless, now with 2 consecutive wins in routing fashion down at Arcata at Humboldt State, and they come home today, and they are able to take care of business. Simon Fraser basically never saw it coming. They had 4 turnovers in the first quarter, 4 interceptions for Justin Cyber on the day. Simon Fraser 10 total turnovers, and that was the story of the game. Amari Land and Nico Jackson and even Devin Fortier at the end of the game showing great consistency in the running game. This Western Oregon team riding serious momentum as they head out of town on their way to Texas A&M Kingsville for an important road game, and then they'll come back for conference play and get the second half started against their arch nemesis, Central Washington. We're not going to be back here in Monmouth, Oregon until October 20th, the final home game here at MacArthur Field. It's hard to believe we've already had 4 on the year now. Western Oregon 2-3. And now moving the record to 1-3 here at home in an impressive victory over Simon Fraser. Western Oregon, 54-13. What a great game. On behalf of everybody and football fans, wherever you may be well. Thank you for joining us here on KWVT.